3, 2, 1.
Alrighty, what up? We are back in. We are back. We are live. We are here, and we are recording.
We're recording.
All right, everybody. So we're back again. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This is our technically our second pod 2 days, but you guys are going to hear it a week apart. But here we are. So we are live on Twitch. So hello if you're watching that. But thanks again for everybody for watching, hanging out, gained a bunch of followers in the last 2 days even. Things have been going real good that way. So cheers to that, everybody. Cheers. Ryan. So
Welcome back, folks.
welcome back, everybody. So we got a little switch in design here. We got a little classy table happening here. So we got a bit more room here. I could actually fold my arms and sit here. This is deadly.
Upgraded the table
Seriously,
situation here
liking
in
this.
the room. If you're just tuning in here now, we had a little bit of a smaller table,
Yeah.
so we're upgrading. So it's good.
Doing a little upgrade. We got a little upgrade happening, but that's awesome. But yeah, man, it's so funny. But you wouldn't believe how much more awesome this is.
Yeah, I'm loving the more space. That's for sure.
Yeah, this is sick. It is fucking unreal. But yeah, so we're back again. We're gonna shoot the shit again here today, and then next week's episodes will be a little bit more planned. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe
we'll see what happens.
And we do have some cool stuff that I think
We do have some cool
gotta-
stuff coming up.
we
I'm
gotta
just kidding.
Keep working on. We gotta figure out some dates and stuff for some things, but you never know what the future might hold for the pod. You know, we're gonna have to just give you a little snippet right now, but hopefully we can let you know a little bit more about things as they come. But we're always rolling. But like I said in the last podcast, we were trying to work out some dates and things to make things work better for our schedule and scheduling and publishing of the pod. So here we are, first night.
Yeah, doing the weird one, doing the opposite night. We're doing a Thursday nighter here.
Thursday nighter.
So that's best kind. But yeah, no man, it's been good. But so we do have some cool stuff coming up though, hopefully here. And I gotta figure out some technological things about all that and how that all functions and whatever. But
That's true too, because it's everything we do is new to us.
yeah, so we're trying to essentially get guests. I won't say anything about who, when, where, or hows or anything like that, but we're trying to get guests. So I have to figure out how, because we're not obviously going to fly people in or anything. We don't have that kind of dollars.
Not that kind of. We're not fucking Joe Rogan.
We're not Joe Rogan. We're just
we're
doing whatever we
probably
want.
do a little something over.
But we'll do some Zoom,
Yeah.
whatever makes it work easiest. Anyway, whatever, Zoom or Meets or something. Anyway,
Yeah, you always have to take into consideration time zone and different stuff like that. So who knows? We'll see what we're going to get. We're talking.
We're just talking about it right now, so nobody get too excited. But that's a little sneaky bit about what potentially might or may not go on. But yeah, so anyway, boss, we're back again today. So
I heard you had a couple of old bangers from back in the day on your computer.
I do.
You were telling me a
I
little bit
do.
about this a couple weeks ago, and it kind of did get me a little excited to hear, some local homegrown talented.
Alrighty, so we're gonna do that, are we? We're gonna go down this road, are we? Okay,
from our hometown.
So we should preface this, I guess. So I have some things on the screen here.
Give us a little.
So I'm not going to throw these up right away here first. I'm going to hold off here for a second here now. But on that note, I got to go log into something here for a second real quickly here, but I want to start at the beginning rather than the fucking middle or whatever. But I want to start at the top here, but I wonder if this is going to let me in here now. I don't even remember what my password is. Let's find out.
Is the password password?
Could be, man. I'm not even joking. To be 100% honest.
Or password 1? No.
Oh, we
Guys,
got
don't-
an email.
don't
Okay, this might
steal-
work.
don't
This
hack
might
my
work.
email.
This might work. I might be able to actually do this really quick, As long as look at it.
So give us a little preface.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to log into my Dropbox here. So what we're going to get into a little bit, I think, and this is going to go everywhere.
We're going on a journey here, I think,
Probably
tonight.
gonna go on a
We
journey a
don't
little bit
really
here.
have a set thing we're going to do.
We
We're
give
shooting the
nothing-
shit. We're hanging out. We're excited about the new setup here. We're having a couple cold ones.
Got a
You
couple
might
of
hear some
cold
Irish
ditties.
crickets come along here.
There's going to be an Irish cricket or two. So what I'm going to throw up on the screen for everybody is this. Sorry, boys, if I'm fucking throwing you to the wolves
We're blowing
on the
it up.
Spotify here,
We're
but I'm
blowing it.
fucking doing this.
We're blowing them up again.
So what I have in the Dropbox here is fuck off, man. Get off my screen.
So yeah, it's a band. My favorite local to the heart band right here. This one helped a
There
lot
we
of people get into a lot of music, and definitely influenced me to play more guitar and stuff as well. And like growing, so these guys are a little bit older than us. So like in high school, we entered into high school, and these are the guys playing on the stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And like I know that in big cities, I don't know, grade 7 is usually like going into high school. It seems like to me.
I'm not
I
sure.
could be wrong, like as I don't go to high school, obviously, but
For
it's-
us, it was.
like in certain areas, like I don't think like my oldest didn't have it. He went to like middle school and it was grade 9 before he went to the high school, which would have been better probably or worse. I don't really know, but we were there at like grade 7. So we're what are you in grade 7? 13, 12, 13 kind of thing.
We got thrown to the wolves a little bit there.
And it was the first after amalgamation of schools. So this is based on religious beliefs. So I'm not going to start a conversation about that. I'm just going to say that that's what it is about.
Yeah.
So so there's that, of course, right? So that's interesting. But anyway, yeah. So we were really young. These boys, so they were called Fluid in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that there was a band already called Fluid out of the States that they figured out later on. I think something like that. Anyway, I can't really remember the whole thing. That was a long time ago.
I actually never knew the reasoning or story behind the name.
Yeah,
change.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I remember I can't remember. I was probably talking to Nipper about it, maybe.
Yeah.
I would assume because it maybe even Ride Out. I don't know. I talked to them all. I don't really know. But I was one of the boys anyway, and that was how it was explained to me, or that's how I remember it. Whether that's true or not, I don't really know. But that's the story. I'm sticking to it.
Either way,
they
whatever.
whatever. Man.
Change up the name of the band, and they changed it to Damp.
Damp, yeah. So which was cool. They ended up. They did what was it called? Farm Club. They ended up there. Remember that?
Right.
We had to
So
do Farm
everyone
Club.
that was kind of early on in the internet days and stuff, where it was like, yeah, you're
So
rallying
Farm
people
Club
together, and
is
you're-
what spawned Linkin Park
Oh, and
because
you,
they were on the same week as Damp.
oh, for
They
fuck's
like
sake.
that's who defeated Damp. Like Damp was like second to Linkin Park, which is kind of funny.
Wow.
Which I mean, okay,
And you had to vote.
I'm not
right?
gonna
You had to
shit
go
on Linkin Park or nothing like that.
Oh no, you had to go
but
on.
I'm not a
limb.
big fan. Like they're not my thing or whatever.
But-
the songs are good when I hear them on the radio, but I'm not gonna die if I don't hear them again.
Yeah, you're not.
But that was who they lost to. If I'm not, man, I could have that all mixed up in my brain because like stuff and things.
It would be pretty crazy.
a bunch of stuff
It
and
would be
things
an
along the way.
honorable loss.
I feel like if we did some digging around on the YouTube, I bet you we could probably see it because it would be on there somewhere. But I do remember like voting on the website and like phoning in votes and like promoting it all over ICQ.
Yeah, I forgot what it was even called, but I do remember
Farm
going
Club, yeah.
online
Farm Club,
and
man.
having to cast your vote like every day. You got to fucking vote as many times.
Farm
as you
Club. I'm
can.
pretty
Yeah.
sure it was Farm Club anyway. Like I remember it as Farm Club because I remember seeing like Linkin Park 1 and then the next week they were on the show.
Oh Jesus. Well, yeah. Well, that's an honorable death.
So that's a
by
pretty-
the sword of Lincoln Park.
Yeah, I mean that's not the worst way to go down, I guess, but interesting moment, I guess, in time, right? Like think about if that had to been flipped, like if
Yeah.
you know the boys had to catch on versus Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Right? Like say that had to happen, like what would have happened then? Because I'm sure
Everyone's lives would be different, right?
I think everybody's would because we all would have really took it seriously at that moment, right? Or that's my opinion of it. Not to say that anybody didn't, and I surely did in the end, but
In the end, right, Lincoln Park?
in the end,
Because in the
it
end,
doesn't
even matter. Here we are, singing
A
along.
little bit acapella for you. But anyway, so these boys are awesome. This is, I'm sure, like I remember, screaming along to these songs, Love and Life. You know what I mean? You're 14 or whatever, however old.
What
'cause,
was your favorite? Hit us with your favorite first one.
Favorite one? Oh, boy. I'm gonna say it's probably this. Can I play
yeah.
it from here? Because that would be fucking
That'd be swell.
even more minty.
I think you can.
I
Maybe
think I got to stream it. I believe that's gonna end up happening here. Let me play, but no, yeah, playing up. Oh shit! There it is. Yeah, this is it. This is the one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
This is the one. Yeah, this is the. I remember this was kind of like the hit, if you will. Because I believe the boys record this in Corner Brook.
Yeah.
remember
That I
that.
don't even know either. We thought maybe we'll get one of these guys on the pod.
Well, that's the thing. Like Mallard messaged me a fair bit actually about some of this stuff, so that's pretty cool. But I'm gonna fucking just leave it quietly, gently in the background. you can listen to the Boz riffs, and they're awesome. Like Boz are super good, man. Yeah. And
Do you
like,
remember what year this was? This came out, you think?
Oh, so I'm trying to think now. So what it would have been? 95 is when we're 10, so probably 98.
97, 98,
98-ish.
Yeah, 98-ish. That sounds about right.
Because I believe we went to Leo Burke in
98.
98. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would have been like, it definitely would have been 98 because that was the same year they graduated, I believe. Because I believe it was only two. No, it would have been 2 years after because we were there for 2 years with them. I think.
Sick.
Because I remember when I first started, because I started skating before, like, not before anybody, but I mean before people in our age group started skating. I started skating with Matt, like, too. And I remember the boys were already skating, like, Rideout and Mallard and Boo and Shepherd, right? Like, they were already skating. Like, Nippers, I got a picture of Nipper's name written, like, painted on the fucking skate course center.
Yeah, like Smorg was skating then too. Like I used to skate.
Smorg was skating then, yeah. Smorg started.
I was early out into this shit too. Like,
Yes.
You can't say it. Yeah.
Because you started, I think, like a year after me, a couple years after me, or something like that.
97.
97.
I got the picture in my. I posted.
Oh
it
yeah, so it was a
already.
year after me because I started when I was 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
started when
pretty
I was 11.
early.
Yeah, because I remember like I had a board. I mean, the board was as big as me.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? Or what? Not really, but like it wasn't much shorter. Than
Yeah, I had. I had posted the picture already on
You got a diggy up there
Instagram.
at the corner too, which is nice. I see some more up there. That's pretty sick, actually.
Oh yeah, that's from 2000.
We got the pies in the corner there.
Yeah. Whistling Dixie over
Whistling
there in the
Dixie.
corner.
Should we let him in? Let him run rampant for a minute.
Sure. Let's let the puppies in.
All right, you're all gonna feel it here now.
Yeah. Couple of dogs crashing the party here. Otherwise, we'd have them just screaming.
Yes,
again.
that's all right.
Now they're going to come in, run around, and probably leave again. So.
Yeah, and that's perfect. And they'll stop one bit at all.
All right, folks, we got the pod dogs on here. Couple
you
of
at, me?
pod dog fathers.
All right, scooch it down.
The problem is you can't give them no attention, especially that one. You're not going to get rid of her. Yeah. Yeah, that lasted 2 minutes. That lasted
That's all
20 seconds.
That's kind. But yeah, so so like I remember like we were really young, man. This is really was eye opening. I feel like in a way, like these songs were a little bit eye opening, and getting to know the boys personally, like skating with them and stuff like that, like was a interesting deal. And then like when they had the band on, and lots of people have bands on the go. Like that's kind of the reason that I want to talk about this. I guess in reality, like in our first few years in high school, like everybody had a band. Like there was tons of bands, man. Like if there was used to be school stock, and there would be like 10 bands in it.
Yeah, there were even just like I was never in
I
a
remember
band, but like
I remember like Yield from Springdale. I remember Shannon, John, and them had a band on the go, and then what's his name, Temple used to have a band on the go that was and like then the Boys from Grand Falls.
a lot of people in our central, and then Frank Fancy and
Stocking Bambi.
a couple other people there. I was in a lot of attempts to be in bands, but never ever.
No, I never really.
Did
I
anything.
played a lot of solo music and acoustic music, and I played a lot. I played with Spank and Nick a lot, but
I like jamming with.
like
a
we
lot
never really
different
went anywhere.
people.
But we recorded a bunch of like crazy weirdness in the basement on a single microphone, as loud as everything in the world could be. But we did that a lot.
It was pretty primitive of our recording technology or anything like that. It was
Oh,
early
yeah.
on, like I said, early.
It wasn't like it is now. Like we're sitting here, like literally, like I got a computer and a mixer in front of me. Like got lights.
Yeah, no, and so
And it wasn't that much. Like in reality, like this is like way under $2,000.
so
Way under $1,500, technically speaking, at this point.
so
To be fair,
for
but-
anyone to record any music, I got a ton of respect for, because I've
Yeah.
heard a lot of, even didn't Don Metis have a song on the radio?
man, with Spank and Ricky and all the boys. What's that?
Oh baby,
Irish Crickets. So look out for some Irish Cricket merch
Pour
too.
me a
We're gonna
cold
figure
one,
that out too.
boys.
We're gonna get an Irish Crickets fucking probably get a beer mug or something going on, and maybe a fucking
yeah.
definitely a tea.
we definitely need a beer mug because we'll pour it in.
We pour them up.
We got a couple things. We're trying to rework the merch still, guys.
Yeah.
Too, guys.
So look out for some fun stuff, and we'll try to make it as cheap as possible, because that's kind of the point of it. It's just for fun. I like to hear somebody or take a picture with their beer stein or something. That'd be cool.
That'd be sweet if someone took a picture wearing your shirt, guys, send us it. Send
Yes,
it
man.
in.
If you bought a shirt, take a picture of yourself, send it to us,
Don't be
or
silly.
just tag yourself
Don't
or whatever.
be silly. Don't be shy now, boys.
So that one's down now. Anyone that you want to hear on here
Uh,
that you haven't heard in 25 years?
Dysthemia?
Yeah,
That's a good one. I don't, like, wasn't Distorted Dreams like their lead single you would consider, or no?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Probably in butter. What is it?
Pin to Butterfly.
Pin to Butterfly,
Which
yeah.
was also on the radio.
Yeah, that actually ended up on the radio. Like that was in local, because that's when Paul Brothers was on the radio.
You
right?
could throw that one on the radio.
Man, like
right?
Paul Brothers on the radio. He was like our age, and he was on the radio. Like it was funny. He's like only a year older. So I guess he just graduated. He was on the radio, but it's pretty funny when you think about it.
I wish I was on the radio. But guess what? Now I'm on the pod.
Now I'm on the pod. We're all over the world, beyond radio.
Mr. Worldwide. Just kidding. I'm just
Pitbull's
fucking
in the
around,
house.
guys.
Pitbull's in the house.
I'm just fucking around.
And I hope the boys don't mind us like fucking giving around with this, but I'm doing it anyway. If you don't like it, you can tell me later. I'll just take the pod down. It's fine.
Just take it down.
I'll just take it down, yeah. Also, if you want copies of the music, like your own music, let me know. I'm pretty sure I sent it all to you already, but
Yeah, I'm sure it's because it's hard to find, right?
yeah, like this
stuff
is
that
I put it
lasted.
I put it in my Dropbox only for the sake of like keeping it kind of thing. Like I know I have physical copies like on DVD somewhere and shit like that, but I mean, eventually somewhere along the way, that's
know,
just
right?
not going to function or whatever, right?
I got to figure out those high eight tapes that I got. I found two, and I got to find a way to see what's on them and
Oh,
see
yeah.
if I can get them done off.
Yeah,
I know there's a person in town who I've seen it on Facebook Marketplace who does it, but I got to, yeah, I'd love for one of those two tapes to be either the Falls View concert, because that is,
Oh,
I did
yeah.
record it. I
'Cause
don't
that's the
know,
mini tapes, right?
just the high 8 tapes, yeah, like little
Man,
Sony.
I can figure that out for you. We'll figure that out.
And
one
then
day.
what else did I have? All the backyard wrestling videos, because if we can resurrect some of those,
oh my God! Okay, so write that on the list, and we'll figure it out. Because I will figure that out.
I don't
Because
know.
I have the digitizer for the machine. Like I just need to be able to plug it in. You know
oh,
what I
okay,
mean?
yeah,
And even if you just get a cassette adapter for it,
yeah. I'm gonna
we'll figure it out from there. I got all the
keep that
technology
on
from
the
there.
Maybe we'll get that going soon. too.
Yes, man, that would be unreal. That would be fucking unreal.
What up, folks? Anyone looking on the old TikTok? We're TikTok
Couple-
live.
TikTok live out here. We out here TikTok live.
Just kidding. Just making my rounds on the World Wide Web here.
That's it. Bye, you're Mr. Worldwide. Where else will you expect?
What do you expect? We're worldwide here.
Mr.
Having a
Worldwide.
few cold ones here.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
excited here. We're got the pod going on now.
Yeah, this is good. This is a. When was the last time you heard this? You think?
Well,
Are you getting a taste of that stuff?
oh yeah, that's good and loud in the speaks.
Just enough, eh?
I used to. Well, I heard it. Probably you showed me a couple of them back in July or June.
Oh,
July.
probably. Yeah, I would have seen. Yeah, because I threw them up once, I think, or a
Yeah.
couple of them anyway.
Back on my first ever pod. But before that, it was probably 10 or 12, 15 years.
Yeah, buddy. I'd say.
Because I remember having copies of them as well on because on the computer I came up here with.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know
2003.
what happened to that. Don't know. Didn't back
That's
up
gone.
anything. Didn't save anything. So that's my bad. But
That's the one thing I will say. Like, I'm not responsible, generally speaking, but I have my original Napster collection burnt onto a CD, and then I was transferred onto a hard drive, like a solid state drive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it might even be on the one that's plugged in right there. To be fair, that's a 10 or 20 terabyte drive or something plugged into that.
this
thing.
was here. See, they got the record double vocals.
It was good, man.
Like,
It was really good. Like I never listened to it for a long time, and then I went to recording school, did all this other crap, and then I found it again, and I was like, man, this is actually fucking right on.
yeah, I'd like to know where they recorded it or
I
how
can't
long
remember
it
his-
took.
I
Maybe
cannot remember the man's name.
maybe we'll
but
just save all these questions and be like, guess what, boys, you're coming on the pod.
Yeah, we'll fucking teleport you in from the fucking Star Trek internet.
Zoom.
Yeah, you can meets is easier. I think I might be able to figure that
I
out.
don't know. I have
'Cause you
never.
can put everybody in one screen, and then they're all on the screen at once.
I'm probably the only person who's never done a Zoom call ever.
I've done a few. No, I've only done a couple. It's mostly for like weird stuff like jobs and stuff.
Yeah, no, I don't want no part of no Zoom. I can't work from home, so take your Zoom and stick it.
Stick it up your butt.
No, but it would be cool for interviews. I think it would probably work or whatever it is, whatever the newest and greatest technology. We'll just use it. And we'll throw it up. He's all screaming it up now.
Yeah, sick, man. It's like it's very like Deftones and Silverchair
Yeah.
is the way
A little
I
bit of
usually
a
talk
mix
about
of
it.
both, yes.
That's how I usually talk about it.
Yeah.
Silverchair and Deftones,
fucking
kind of in a way.
Fucking A, boy.
Should we do Pin to Butterfly? What else? Man, they're all good. I'm not even gonna lie, man. They're really all good.
Yeah, we can throw a little butterfly action on.
Pin to Butterfly. This was one. Yeah, I remember Ryan Shepherd playing this a lot.
This one came on the radio. Yeah, and so like they might probably hate this because it's a long time ago, but we can throw up his new music too if you want it.
Friend Shapes, man. It's really good too. Like, so Ryan, if you are listening, I actually do listen to your album a lot. It's on my playlist all the time. Comes up all the time.
Yeah, it's
I like
bangers
songs.
on Spotify.
It's good, yeah, man. It's really good. And check him out too if you don't know that he's still making music, or if you don't know who he is at all, because you're just a fresh listener or don't know what we're talking about. Friend Shapes, yeah, it's really good. Ryan Shepherd on Spotify, super good.
Yes. So it kind of does, yeah. It gives me a little Silverchair vibe for sure. Because we were all into it, like.
Yeah, and I found like I don't know, knowing people you can tell is different, I guess. But we were like that was a thing. Like Silverchair was a huge deal to us, right? Like especially in high school, like. And I'm sure it's influenced by these guys in that way, right? Like, because like we took a lot of cues, obviously, from this stuff and whatever. Right?
Oh yeah, they were huge influences on us, all of us.
Oh yeah, like I said, and that's what I mean. And we like I say they were kind of like, especially because they were into music and they record music and they were really good. Like, man, fucking Rideout's deadly, man. Buzz got
Mega,
fucking,
and it got the string section.
I'm gonna turn it up a little bit here
So
now.
that was unheard of back
I'll
in
give you a little
'98
taste
for us,
more here,
for a local band, for us.
Well, this is like a production. This is really good, man.
Mm-hmm. Super good song.
I'm not gonna lie either. Like Shepherd, man, vocals are right on.
Yeah, sounds good.
Like, right
to
on,
me.
man. It's a little bit different to listening to it on this
I
than
like
in
that,
your
I like that drum too.
Boo with the sick drum. Boo's sick drummer. Boo, shout out to Boo. Works for Zildjian, I think, still
Nice.
in New Brunswick.
Sick.
And on the test, I think. He's been there for years. I'm positive he has. Like, I don't know why he would not be there.
I didn't know that.
I haven't talked to him in a long time, but like the last time when I lived in Halifax was the last time I talked to him, and that's what he was up to then. And I don't know why he would change jobs unless they shut the plant down. And I'm sure they didn't shut the plant down because drums are gone mental.
No, you need that'd be a dream job, eh? That's like me working at PRS or
Going to work at
guitar custom shop.
going to work at the dairy or something. Just fucking
Gibson.
testing strings all day. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Gibson, yeah. Like, that'd be so. I'd be like, yeah, I'm just gonna take this home for a couple more harder tests. You know what I mean? I'd give it a little shred. Be sweet.
I'm gonna take it home and play it like I play it.
Which would be amazing. Great job.
Should,
I would probably
should turn up the hook here a little bit. There it is. Hit me.
I wonder where like on the guitar production line, where would you want to sit in there?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. Like, for a while, during the pandemic, there was a portion of me that was going to start to take Luther lessons.
Oh,
and
yes.
to be honest, I mean, I build little guitars. I have a mod shop in my
Well, that's
basement.
what-
It's
yeah.
part of the boutique technically, right? Like it's a service that I haven't yet to offer out because I don't have time to like dedicate it to doing it. But
Right.
at some point, I'm gonna intertwine that into my little model of doing weird things here.
Yeah, no, I should have known it before I even asked that question.
But I
well,
would like-
you're always got you're
I
doing
would
the
like to-
soldering.
Yeah,
and stuff,
man. Oh,
stuff, that's the stuff I
yes,
can't
man.
do. Right, I
It's
can't
fun,
switch.
man. Like I loved, and I mean, I tinker with everything. Like I can't leave nothing. I mean, there's a reason. Like I do this part of it. You know, what I mean? There's a reason I got media from fucking 1995 still like saved on my hard drive right
Right.
now, and I can bring it up and be like, hey, look at this cool thing I have.
Yes.
Like I love technology, right? So like, yeah, no, I don't know, man. I would like to be on the R&D side of it. Technically, I think, and I'm not a smart person. I don't get my comments confused. I'm
smart
just I'm not a smart man, but I just voice my opinion is essentially what it amounts to. But not to say that I can make guitar better. That's not what I'm saying. I just feel like everything is built for shred guitar players.
Yeah.
Or not everything. I don't mean it that way, but you know what I mean. Like anything outside of a Gibson or a Fender, to a certain degree, there's a lot. Most of it's built for shredders, or it's like 8-string fucking, which is cool. I'm not knocking it. That's not
Yeah.
my point. But
Those are not my favorite guitars. I'm not a
just
shredder. I'm not a shredder.
Yeah, I'm not that way. Like I like rhythm more stuff, and
I'm more
I'd
of a
like-
bluesy guy.
yeah,
A
I
little
like
blues
I
in
like
me.
the rhythm stuff. Like I'd rather play bass almost than any instrument ever. Like drums and bass are the best part, right?
Slapping the bass.
Slap it a bass, baby.
Slapping the bass.
But I don't know. I just like to. I would like to sit with guitars and have a place where I could just experiment with ideas on how to
Improve upon.
not necessarily improve it, but just make it more catered to somebody who doesn't want to be Van Halen or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. Oh, sure.
that's something that I think is interesting. Like when I was younger, especially, like I was more into rhythm guitar, and I still am. Like Troy Van Lee was my favorite guitar player.
Yeah.
He plays
guitar's
rhythm guitar. He
underrated.
plays second rhythm guitar in Queens of Stone Age, and there's 3 guitar players. You know what I mean? Like he plays the second part kind of thing,
Yes.
and I like that. And he's wicked in A Perfect Circle. He's wicked in Failure. Like I like where he sits. Right? Like he's good. He's a smoking guitar player, and he misses the lead lick sometimes, but 90% of the time. 60% of that time it works. no, man.
90% of the time, it works every time.
Yeah, but no, he's a beast on guitar, and it's just different. And he's like a guitar tech, and like
Yeah.
he does the stuff I like.
Because
Right?
I'm
So-
not too familiar. So he's definitely found his little nook. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
he
But
used
like,
to be Adam Jones's guitar tech.
but I mean,
right?
all like you just
What's
named
that
off
sound?
3 bangers. We got an Irish cricket over
What's
there.
that sound? What's that
What
sound
is
over there?
that? Tall boys.
Tall boys.
2 liters of pop. You ever see that video? Did you ever see that video where he's like, "You mean to tell me I could drink 2 liters of pop, but
2
can't
liters of
drink
pop."
2 beers?" Tall boys love them.
Love him. Love him. You mean to tell me that a man cannot stand stop into his favorite pub on the way home
Yeah.
from work and just have a couple of beers and then go home?
I mean, I'll have 4. I'll have 4. But 2 beers?
But 2 beers? Come on.
That's not even going to get me through the night.
It's so funny, man. The way
Something like that.
the
Something like
video
that.
is
He
hilarious.
is hilarious.
It's fucking hilarious, is right. All right, Ryan. So we're gonna shut down. We'll shut down the
Side.
damp. Or do you want to do another damp? Have you got anything you want to hear on here?
We got a couple more ditties on the.
We're just gonna plow through them all, or what? What do you want to hear?
What are the bands you got from? You got a couple deep cuts.
Oh man, I got lots of deep cuts. Because at one point I recorded a couple people around town and whatever. And it's not that many. Don't get it mixed up here or whatever. But I do have some.
Give a couple
stuff.
shout outs.
So I'll shout out
Are
the
they
boys
listening?
now.
Are they listening? Over
I think Nick Hines and I'm pretty sure Spank.
Yeah,
Dale
Nick.
Wise listens.
Yeah,
Fucking
Nick Hines. Are you listening to this? We love you, big
Sean
guy.
Lundgren. I don't know if you're listening, but you should be if you're not. So one of the boys should tell him to listen.
He's a loyal follower.
Is he?
Nick
Under?
is.
Nick is. Yeah, he talks to me. Yeah, he's.
I can
I'm-
see it.
So I'm going to embarrass him or not, or I don't know what's going to happen here.
No, we're not going to embarrass him. We're going to put him on Spotify for the first time.
We're just
They're
throwing him up
gonna
on
love it.
Spotify. It's going to be awesome. Let's see here. I can probably
Be a
just
nice
I can
little
just preview
surprise.
it.
No, they're not
Can I just
going to know
preview
what's
it?
going to hit
I
them.
definitely can't get it. So I don't know. I can't.
be a little bit.
And to
new
be
me.
honest, and I'm sorry, boys, but I can't really remember which ones are which here now. But I feel like I want to throw out the banger because I feel like this is the banger.
It's going to be new to
Oh
me.
no, this is not it. We'll throw this one up anyway.
I'm 2000 and late on this one. Is that one you sang now?
Oh, this is it here. This is the banger here. Getting a bit there. You getting a bit there?
Yeah, I can hear that.
Then? I can hear that.
Sounds wicked.
So this is something that I recorded with Tobias, but like I'm not taking any credit for fucking any of that. This is Tobias.
This is deadly.
Yeah, man, very like this is when like Alexis was giving her, and you know what I mean. Like
Feel
they're a
like-
little bit younger than us, you know what I mean.
Throw a skateboard down right now and go fucking
Yeah,
hit it.
I'll do a kickflip.
Yeah.
Do a kickflip.
That's what it reminds me of, like, definitely that, like, punk kind of feel, right? Give me a little bit more on that.
You got a little, no, I can't tell what you, but I can't tell on that one.
a little touchy. That's good, yeah.
What I should do is hook up the thing and just put it over there, and then you can fucking.
Give it a crank. Crank that baby up to 11, baby.
11, put it on 11.
Just joking.
But this one goes to 11.
Yeah.
It's my favorite quote in all fucking time of movies. I'm pretty sure.
He's like, well, what is it? He's like, well, it's just one more. Just one more.
So he's like, so
all
buddy,
these go to 10. This
so
one
buddy-
goes to 11.
so buddy asked him right the interviewer. He's like, so I hear you've got a really nice amp collection. You mind showing off some of your amps? He's like, oh yeah, come over, look at this one. This one goes to 11. And it's like, well, you could just turn it to 9, and then when you want to do a solo, you turn it to 10. but this one goes to 11. It's like the best fucking thing. It's the best quote because it's the most guitarist thing I've ever heard in my life, probably. Oh, this is the best. This is a good part.
Tap.
Spinal Tap. If you don't know
Spinal
Spinal
Tap
Tap,
the
fucking watch
screen
that.
over
Spinal
here.
Tap. Tap that screen. What's going on over there on TikTok land? Buddy's over there fucking.
Oh, I'm just recording myself here, so if you're not a follower on TikTok, you won't even know.
We don't even know.
But maybe you should. Maybe you should.
It's us yelling gang vocals in the basement of fucking Sean Lundgren's house while his poor grandparents
Is that where you
have to listen. Yeah, in the basement with like 6-foot ceilings.
That's wicked. I love a good group.
Oh,
screen-
buddy.
Group
Yeah,
show,
it's
you
the
know what
best
I mean?
thing ever, man. Somebody,
And
everything could be
background
gang
of-
vocals all the time if
Yeah,
you wanted it to be.
background vocal, just do that the whole time.
Look, we're doing gang vocals over the fucking. Oh yeah,
Over
loving
the
it.
over the main. Over the
Production choice. I'll claim that. I'll take that. Production choice.
taking it all, isn't it?
I loves it. I would like. I love making music with people, man. I think it's the funnest thing ever.
Yeah. So now you're on Spotify.
We had like
what was the
separate
name
vocal.
of the band? Did they have a name?
Procrastination's closest cousin. If I got that wrong, I'm
Damn.
sorry, but I'm pretty positive because it's PCC. Like we got the feedback going on and everything, man. Like we spent like a whole summer working on it. So the summer I came back from
Halifax.
Halifax is the year that we made this. So I recorded a Mudflowers like demo so that they could take it to St. John's because they just graduated high school and they wanted to go to St. John's and play shows.
Nice.
So I made them a demo like in like 3, 4, 5 days, whatever it was, very quick.
Shout out to the Mud.
Shout out. We'll get into that in a
Or
minute,
we're
too.
gonna fire you up on Spotify here now.
We'll put you on blast here in a minute.
Get ready.
I apologize if you don't like it, but you just messaged me. I will take it down. Like I'm not an asshole, but
we can take.
I just thought it would be cool conversation to have. And let's see here now. So we'll blast a couple other of these here. Now.
Sure
Some of
did.
these are wicked, man.
Shout out to Bishop's
Look at this.
Falls,
Look, even got a
Newfoundland.
synthesizer in there, man. Like this is like.
Sounds a little I'm Mother Earthy.
Well, it's a bit more like the new Alexis album, which is kind of
Oh.
funny when you think about it that way, right? I just thought about that. It's just a weird correlation. Because the
Just
new
reminding
Alexis
you.
album is very like it's got a lot of synthesizer kind of stuff. Like the new Alexis album is so fucking good, man. It's like one of my favorite albums of all time. I'm not even gonna lie. Like that's a top 5 for sure. It just hits in a special. And I know I'm not even like a big Alexis fan. Like,
I love Lexus.
but their new album, man. If you don't
But-
listen to that. Oh my god.
I'm the guy who's like, oh, I like the first 3 or 4, right? And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I just kind of we all meander into different preferences of
Yeah.
music as we grow older, right?
I like
So-
the thickness of it. Like it's, I don't know, man. Whoever, I don't know anything about the details of the recording. I don't know anything about it. I didn't even look at who did it, but it's
Just sounds
there's this
full.
thickness to
Full,
it.
yeah,
Well,
so-
it's not even like full. It's got this thickness.
Just
Like there's a guitar sounds under. There's
ol'
like
thickness.
chainsaws and like it's fucking
shit.
awesome. I love this shit. It's so good, man.
nice.
Like we're fucking on an intro still here. Here, look at this. This is me. I'm horrible for this kind. This is me doing this stuff. Of course, like, hey, you should make a fucking
Big long intro.
45-second intro, like Mars Volta,
Yeah,
because I'm a fucking lunatic.
but that's how you need. That's how you stand out, though, a little
Like
bit.
that's the stuff I like, man. I like long intros. I like fucking little bits of mistakes. I like fucking harmonics that are in the wrong spot. I like fucking crazy weird fucking feedback. Like I like the things that happen while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like I like that part, right? Like
'Cause yeah.
I'm not gonna be I'm authentic, blah, blah, blah. But I just like that. Like it makes the songs cool to me. Like
You need to have a little bit of depth of, you know what I mean? It's gotta
yeah,
be.
it's gotta feel like a person's doing it.
And then you can almost like that sound that they had in the intro. You can almost like come back to that later in the album and just like how like I find how
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Coheed and Cambria has like certain sounds and they have like all these like these album like
Well,
these-
it's
they're all connected together, right? Like
yeah.
what do
yeah.
they call those things?
I literally just was about to say it, and then when you asked me, now I can't remember. Concept albums. That's
Yes,
what I'm trying to say.
Concept album.
Yeah, like, and to be honest, man, like,
'Cause
that's
they all-
my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
Is a concept album.
Yes.
So like, not to be weird, but like, so the music that I just recently put out, the Tiny Head Man stuff. As much as nobody will know because it has no lyrics, it's just music. To me, it's a concept album because it's based on like this scenario that I thought of in my mind and wrote it down, and then I was like, okay, now I'm going to come up with a soundtrack to that scenario. It was like this is the story, and this is the soundtrack to the story,
Right.
and that's how I made these like 4 songs. This is kind of like that's the soundtrack to that thought,
Right.
if you will. As weird as that may sound, right?
Fuck man. Write it down, write a book.
So that's what kind of like, well, that's the idea. It's kind of like, so like, I have like a pile of stuff like that, like written down thoughts, because they're not really anything. Like I write music and I fuck around all the time, but I don't really finish much.
You don't.
It's just a bunch of stuff generally, right? Like I got probably 6 or 8 like musical songs like that are fully arranged with parts and guitar bits and you know what I mean, like
Yep.
full songs kind
Yep.
of thing. But I have a bunch of electronic music that because it doesn't take as much effort, right? Like in terms of like I can do it late at night. I can do it
Right.
whenever.
Yeah. Okay,
I
yeah.
can just put on earphones and do it because I just need my computer most of the time. Maybe just the keyboard and the computer.
Yeah, you're not slapping the bass or hitting the drum.
No, because like I don't need much. Like I can chop up samples and chop up drum beats and get to where I want to get to, kind of thing. Like, and I like electronic music. I'm
I
a
do too.
I'm a '90s kid. I love electronic music. So it doesn't bother me one bit that that's a creative outlet, right? Like, and I like putting it out because it's a different thing, like something. And I don't know if people like even know anything about that, but I do have 5 songs on Spotify, or 4 songs on Spotify right now
That's right. man.
under Tiny Head Project, Tiny Head Man,
Tiny Head Man.
which is what's really spawned all of this in reality, because that's
Yeah,
kind of
because
what.
up on the Spotify comes up man with the tiny head.
Yeah, so that's the count thing or whatever.
The count.
Because it's all under like I have because I have a production company name that's what it is now. Like all that stuff is underneath that name in case we blow up like Joe Rogan.
Yeah. then we'll throw it out there. See what's up.
I just want to make sure everything has a name and a banner, you know, right? Like we just want to make sure we have a banner in case. And I mean, not say that we're popular. I don't. That's not what my point is, but at least we have a banner to put it all under, and then I can say, okay, this is the
Refer
production.
to it.
Yeah, this is the production that does all of this other stuff kind of thing.
We'll refer to it as such.
Yeah, so this is where we're at. But yeah, man, this is pretty cool. Like, yeah, so we spent the whole summer, man, making this fucking little ditty.
I'm
here.
down. I'm down for the PCC. Yes, you know me.
Yes, you know me.
Yeah. They had how many songs on this EP?
6 songs on this one.
Oh, geez. That's not bad.
And it's funny because we recorded the whole thing with, like, basically, like, the stuff they had, like, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't bring, like, go by.
What do you have for recording? What you
At that time, man, so I recorded this entire thing with, so it's called a Digirac 03. So it's like a Firewire.
Firewire.
Old school, like 4 input thing. Then I had a like 1960s Fender 6 channel mixer that I would plug directly into and use as another amplifier, so I could plug all pedals into that directly, and then my gain staging would be literally like the same as on this. So I would turn the gain up, and then I would give it volume.
Oh,
And then record that right into my digi-rig for certain parts and stuff like that. It was
Jeez.
bad, yeah. So we
Did you
literally
bring that back from Halifax, or where'd you get
no.
that
So my uncle had it actually. It was in a church that he
Jeez.
he was attending or whatever he was doing there. So yeah, so Uncle Wayne had it, and he phoned me one day when I got home, and he was like, are you interested in a mixer? I was like, well, maybe. I mean, depends on what it is or whatever. And he's like, it's this old thing. It weighs 800 pounds. It's in a road case.
Oh, nice.
Like, come get it.
Sweet. Yeah,
I was like,
road case.
well, I want it then. Yes, I'll come get it if it's old. And he's like, it says Fender on it. I'm like,
Of course.
yeah, I'll be there to get it right away.
Vintage.
So anyways, he brought it down to me even. Anyway, I carted that thing fucking everywhere, man. It went to Halifax with me. It came home, and I eventually just couldn't take it anymore. What's up? How's it going, TikTok?
Hey, just
So,
saying
yeah,
hello to the folks.
Saying hello. But yeah, so like I mean, I had it for years and years and years, but eventually it got to the point I was like, what am I going to do with it? So I left it behind at some point along the way. I put it in a garage. I'm pretty sure it got wet and
Oh, no.
like because I just had no. Man, it was a tank.
It was a
It was a
tank.
tank. But it sounded good, but towards the end of its life, like, and I didn't have the time or patience to sit there. Not like now. I would have took that all apart and fucked around with it every 2 seconds.
I wonder what
or
year,
whatever.
where that was from.
It was 1962 or 3.
Jeez. That's an old
It
school.
was a Fender Passport, is what it was. So it was supposed to come with 2 speakers. Should we let the beasts in again?
Oh my god. I'm gonna let these dogs outside and leave them out. I'm just joking, guys.
Yeah, chill, like, sit down. You could be in here if you just chilled out.
Lay down, puppies. Lay down.
But yeah, so I had this thing, man, for years and years and years and years. And I packed it around. Eventually, it just bit the dust kind of thing, right? Like, just a thing, bit the dust. And Yeah, and now I don't have it. But that's what there were some tracks on this recorded on this, and then one of the amps is a PV, an old school PV that I think. Oh my God, who am I trying to say here? Suddenly names are escaping me.
A little bit of a distraction in here, folks.
Yeah, we got some dogs in here saying hello, but that's sorry. But yeah, so anyways, there's a PV. I can't even remember what the amps were. And then we used to make the boys go into spare room to scream because it was like a padded room kind of thing. Like it was really small and like compact.
That's kind of cool, yeah.
Everybody's there?
Yeah, they just dogs want to come.
Just want to say hello. That's all. No big deal. But yeah, so it was fun though, man. I'm not gonna lie, but it was in Sean Lundgren's basement, so I just tracked all my stuff down there, threw it on the ground, and we made an album in the basement.
6-song EP that fucking kicks ass.
It's pretty good, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I haven't listened to it in a long time, and this is the second time now I've listened to it in the last little while.
So
It's not bad, man.
who's spearheading this? Who's doing
This is Lundgren's Beast, I believe.
Okay.
Because
Does he not still?
he
play-
plays in a band again now. I think I
Yes.
seen the other day. I don't really know. Reach out, man, if you want to talk or chat about it. But
Yes, if you're
throw me your band name. I'll fucking toss you out, man.
yes,
Give it to her.
We'll have you
Because
on
he's
the
a
pod if you want.
dandy musician. I will give him that.
Well, I'm glad he stuck with it.
Yeah, man, he's good. He's a good guitar player. And I don't think he sang much, but he was definitely a good guitar player. And I mean, like Mark's back playing again and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure in a band. So good for the boys,
Nice,
right?
yes.
And I mean, they're all living home and doing whatever, I think. And good for them. But yeah, man, this is a good EP. Like this would have been a good demo to take to somebody, and really expound on it. You know what I mean? Like,
Jeez, yes.
like really take it somewhere. Like it would have been good, I think.
Really giving it in that padded room.
Yeah, that's Shane Walsh. So he had the PV.
Oh,
I believe.
really?
Yeah, that's Shane. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, because it was Shane and Mark, Sean and Nick.
Wow. I never knew that. Never
Yeah.
knew they had a band or nothing.
Yeah, so like I mean, I played with Nick for years, like just fucking around him and Spank in the basement of his house, recording shit and making a racket. And then when I came back, they were doing this, and then they approached me one night at a house party, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll fucking record it for whatever, $500-600 or whatever I charged them or whatever to do it over the course of fucking 2 months, 3 months." And it was a lot of time. Like it was, I was probably making fucking $1.50 an hour. But I mean, it was cool.
$1.50 an hour.
It wasn't much, yeah. Like I
Can't
definitely.
even get a Tim Hortons coffee.
Yeah, we were giving her like because it wasn't even just but it was fun. Like it was cool to just go down there, fucking make an album in the basement, right? Which was fun.
You still got it, and that's the thing.
I do, yeah. This
Like
is the masters of it, man. This is the wave masters of it.
You putting that up on Spotify here now too.
Yeah, I mean, if the boys wants it and put it up on Spotify, or just want me to do it, I can throw it up there. I just have to register it. Send me your email and contact. I'll register it to you, so that it's not my money or whatever. And I don't own any of this, so like, not my deal, kind of thing.
We're not
But I
make-
will
we're
help.
not
You,
ma-
I will help you put it up if you want to fucking.
We're
put it up.
certainly not making no money off this.
We are certainly not. If anything, I am out money.
If anything, we're out money.
For
this
sure,
is
yeah.
costing us.
This is
money.
definitely minus $10 or so, yeah. But I mean, it's a fucking wicked laugh. That's part of the point of it.
This is fun.
It's mostly the wicked laugh of it,
It's
really, to
fun.
be fair about it.
Because this is fucking fun as hell. I wouldn't know any of this stuff here.
Yeah, like, yeah, this is fun and this is interesting. I don't really have anything else. Like, I don't have the Socking Bambi stuff. I wish I did.
Yeah, they were
Listen
good.
to the boys. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's not gonna lie. Like I say, if you took this and then like had a bit more production value, you know what I mean? Like if you had a bigger studio with a big, some cool shit.
In a studio, not in the basement.
Yeah, not my random nonsense that I took with me. A fucking and like the drums are recorded with like 3 mics and like it's not really like the way you would do it. It's like old school, really. It was like recording a Beatles album because you could only do so much. Like you only
Sure.
had so much, right? So you had to multi-track and
You're limited, yeah.
use the space up a little bit, and it was fun. Yeah, I like shit like that. That's the best part of recording is just trying to make it work. Like that's the funnest part of it is like people showing up and you just making it work or like
Yeah.
working it out kind of thing.
I'd love to be able to know how to do that because I love watching like documentaries and stuff where they're like making the albums and
it's
stuff
cool.
like that.
It kind of, I'm not gonna lie, like there's a certain amount of the vibe, like the mystique that it gets stolen from it. But if you're into the knowing why, I guess it's sick, really, right? Like that's the fun part. It's like, oh, now I know, like cheeky, right? Like it's a bit cheeky that you
All the
know, kind
secrets.
of almost in a way, right? Like now I look at it like first I was like kind of ruined music for me for a little bit, but then after a while I was like, oh, this is fucking. I know how to do it though. Like that's fun, kind of interesting, right? Like and I kind of found that more interesting than not knowing, I guess.
So when you started, what were your first? Was it Pro Tools back then, or what? Like
So-
or what was the closest
So
thing
when,
to that?
because I think Skeeter, like if he's listening or whatever, if Keith Budgell Skeeter, if he's listening, like he went to the same school I did, he went through the same years and everything. I don't know. I'm assuming he did the same thing. I don't know. Like, but we learned primarily on Pro Tools, but like I have worked with tape,
yeah,
right? Like, and a fair bit at one point, really. Like at one point, I was dumping tapes for CBC and everything.
oh shit.
So
yeah.
like, I did get fairly proficient with a tape machine. Like I'm not an edit. I don't know if I'd be able to do edits because you physically make edits. Like you literally cut the tape, splice the tape. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't know how proficient I would always be at that. But like running the tape machines, and stuff, I learned how to splice tape, but I'm not. I would not be able to do it right now. I don't imagine. Like even like because I haven't done it since I did it. Like I just haven't like since I lived in Halifax.
Yeah, I've always been impressed with the tape.
Tape machine,
that just
man,
seems
that's
so
like an
primitive
art
for
form, man.
sure.
That's an art form. Like the fact that you're physically cutting tape and making the edits is fucking nuts to me.
I watched
And
that.
oh fuck, man.
Sound,
like, I'm
Sound
getting,
City. Have you
like-
seen that?
Oh yeah, I got it. I can pull it up right now. I got
Yeah.
a copy of it on my computer.
I love that. Like that.
That Neve board
Yeah.
that he taught. Like I mean, it's the point
It's
of
the board,
It's
yeah.
the point of the movie almost.
Yeah.
I worked on basically. It's not the same board, but it's essentially the same board. That Sonic.
Similar huge beast of a.
It's the same board basically. It's a Neve. It's a Rupert Neve made
Wow.
board. Like I think his is like I can't remember what the number is, but it's like I think the one ours is like a 9902 or whatever it was that I worked. I can't remember what the numbers are, but it's like one model
Yeah.
different. So it's got more bus tracks or something like whatever the difference is. It's the same exact thing. Like if you took a channel strip, put them side by side, like they'd be different colors, but they would be the same.
That's great.
You know what I mean? Like
That's such a
it's the same
crazy
thing, right?
That's so sick.
Man, Rupert Neve's machines because I mean they're hand wired, right? Like
Yes.
because I remember like the
Unreal.
guys pulling out the fucking channel strips and stuff, right? Like, and we'd have to solder. Like, I mean, I didn't fuck with it a whole bunch, but like the boys would like pull them out and fucking have to do recap. I mean, you got to maintenance it on all the time. It's fucking 1,000 degrees inside of that box, man. So
That's
like,
crazy. And
oh,
all
it's
the
fucking,
amazing
and I mean,
albums.
the thing is,
recorded
it's
on
almost as
that.
deep as this table, man. Like when you pull it out, it takes two people to take the boards out. Like it's fucking nuts. And there's 96 on this one that we worked on. It was nuts, man.
Holy shit.
So it's 96 tracks in and out.
Super impressive. All the albums that were recorded at
And the
at
flying
Sound City,
faders, and oh yeah, it's mad, man.
like
I love it.
everybody, Fleetwood Mac, Tom Petty, Rage
I can't
Against
believe
Machine,
the doors
Nirvana,
closed, man.
like,
I can't believe the doors closed on it. Like holy
It's
fuck.
crazy, man. Like
Are you fucking kidding me?
anyone you could think of.
Yeah, it's madness, and I mean, yeah, it's just something to be said for that. Like, and it's shit that those things have kind of gone away. Like, I'm really grateful for the fact that we can do what we're doing, like right here, right now,
Yeah.
kind of
Oh,
thing,
yeah,
in an easy
absolutely.
way. I mean, we just got this stuff on the table, we're working away here, but there's a certain people. I don't know. There's a certain amount of like creativeness that works, like within the with the tools available to you, which is really good. But I think that some of the problem with music right now is that it's oversaturated, and I am part of the problem because I just release music willy nilly. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, people may or may not like this, and I just put it out in the world. Whether it's good or bad, I mean, that's a non-question, I guess. But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you think of it, it's funny, right? Like it's funny when you. I don't know. It's just interesting. It's just interesting to me. Like it's the fact that there's, but I don't know. It's like almost an oversaturation to a certain degree
Yeah.
because you could like think about Spotify as endless. You could literally be like,
Well,
don't
yeah.
play me any songs the same ever.
Yeah, I was just kind of
Like I mean, how long would it take to get to the end?
the music industry has changed so much from in the studio all the way to how it's listened to.
Yes,
So, like,
yeah.
So it's kind of cool that you got to experience how to cut tape because like all
It's
these places
interesting,
are
man,
closing
yeah.
down and shit, and we're not being able to do that anymore. And like you said, as cool as it is to be able to do this here and stuff like that, there was kind of an aura about
There's a mystique
going to a
it,
fucking recording
yeah.
studio
Yeah.
and like putting your tracks down and stuff like
And
that.
like, and you, I mean, like, I don't know how in depth people are in the, reading about music, I guess, or whatever word you want to put there. But, like, I read about music a lot, and in like the background of it. So, like, when I was growing up, there was a lot of before I really got a chance to see what it looks like. There was a lot of mystique around how it was done, why it was done, when it was done, like where, you know what I mean? Like it just was because the door got shut behind them. Kind of like it's not like now where there's somebody following around with a camera and fucking People just went in the studio, and if it took them 6 months or whatever that they had, it might even take 5 days. Some of the greatest albums you don't realize were made in a week.
Yeah.
Like Zeppelin 1 was recorded in a week.
That's crazy.
Like, that's fucking nuts. Biggest album of all time, or whatever way you want to put it, right? Like, some of these things are
One of the
real. Like, that's a
goats.
real thing. Like, most of the albums that you enjoy were made in under a month. That's a real thing.
Oh yeah.
For sure. And, like, it's a lot. Like, people do not realize the quantity of music that was made in a month. So there's something to be said for, like, going in and doing it. There's something to be said for, like, rehearsing it and going in and doing it. Like, I can't imagine Rush necessarily going in and doing it. Like, without a little bit of pre-preparation.
Yeah. Tool's not doing that.
Man, Tool might be doing it because they were just in the studio, like, basically all the time. But, like, the
they
end
used to have like
but like, the
10
end
years
result
before.
is, like, fucking just completely super uber
I
calculated.
just can't see them doing a
thing,
band,
right?
doing an album in a week or 2
No,
weeks.
man, like, there's a certain amount of people that just can't, and there's a certain amount of people who won't, right? Like, that's just not how it functions.
They need
And I
like 10
know
years
that that's
before
a thing,
albums.
right? Yeah, and I know that's a thing. Like, yeah, oh yeah, and I know that's a thing, right?
Well, I mean, they're you can't. Yeah, I don't know. You need some time to be able
But
to
then
pull some Tool off.
yeah, I don't know. Like, and it's Tool is not a thing that you like there is for me to a certain degree. Like 10,000 Days has a couple bangers on it, like, that I'll just put on. And the same thing with Lateralis, but, like, before that, like, it's only like Stinkfist and a couple other songs that are kind of like
Yeah.
Enema and whatever. But, like, it's hard to listen to Tool without
They
listening
evolved a
to the
bit.
whole album,
Yeah,
or at least a couple, 3-4 songs in a row, like, to really
they're a little bit of a
like
concept album.
Parabella, and, like,
Mhm.
yeah, like, I don't know. It's tough. Like, it's a hard. I listen to it a lot, to be honest, but it's a tough listen to just, like, put on a single. It's not a singles thing. It's I'm
No.
gonna sit down and listen to this Tool album,
Right,
or at
'cause
least it is for me. Like, that's how I treat it, right?
One song might totally flow into the next one, right?
Yeah, like, the Pot is kind of like a single. A couple of tunes from the early albums. Like, there's only a couple. Like, just only a couple, because there's something about the way that they go together. There's something about
Yeah. Their earlier
listening
on
to
stuff
it.
was sounded different. Like they evolved into like,
yeah.
they got mystical type of thing.
Oh, they were
where
very
they're just
mythical.
like-
you remember going on Toolband.com when we were kids, and it was very
Oh, yeah.
like mythical to go on there and stuff.
everything
like,
was about Tool was kind of there was a mystique there that you definitely
yeah.
were drawn to. Like you wanted to find out more about him and stuff like that. And then like they
Yeah.
always had these long songs, like 7 or 8 minute.
Yeah,
songs.
and there was always like these weird, creepy meanings or whatever nonsense. You know what I mean? Like, everybody had something about Tool, like,
and their
it's like,
music videos were creepy as shit too.
Shout
Like,
out to Adam Jones,
yeah, like they're like all the claymation, you know, the fucking
stop motion stuff.
yeah, both, maybe both, but yeah, they used to have such a imaginative
It was
music
very
video,
and it was very different.
very
than
different.
most stuff.
You never saw nothing like that.
It was very different, and like when Schism came out, right? Like, that was a whole thing, and, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's I don't know, there's a lot of mystique to it.
That
But
one
and
got
I was like, I don't know, 'cause I'm very controversial, people figure, because I like Perfect Circle more so than, not necessarily more, but I just prefer it in a weird in a listening way. To
Maybe a little
like, I like a Perfect Circle better.
It's more day to day listenable. I would.
It is, yeah, and to be fair, like, I really like Billy Howardale. Same idea. I like, because he's a producer, right? He makes music.
Right.
And because he's in Perfect Circle, doesn't change the fact he makes music. You know, because he makes his own music, his solo music, and he does this, but it's his thing, but he works with people. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's a very Queens of Stone Age thing. Like, it's Josh Homme's thing. Now it's not so much. It's everybody's, because it's been the same band now for like 3 albums, which is
more
different.
so, Josh. Obviously.
But not so much now. I don't feel.
No? You don't
No,
think?
there's a lot of Troy in there. There's a lot of fucking, yeah. It's different now.
Okay, yeah.
Because John was the drummer on Rated R. I don't know if people know that either. Like,
No,
John
I'm not,
Theodore
yeah.
was the second drummer, and then he got out of the band, and he did some touring, and he got out of the band, and then once Dave left, and then Joey Costello left, he became the new drummer. Now he's the drummer, right? Like, I'm pretty positive this is the lineup,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Because Dean Ferretta is the other guitar player and keyboard player.
Right, yeah.
And it's been the same people now since Era Vulgaris. Or no, Era Vulgaris still had Joey on it. So the next one, I can't remember whatever that would have been.
Yeah, not sure what that is.
So now it's more like a band, I feel like. Like, it feels a lot more like, because the albums sound a lot more similar now. Like, the
A little
newest
bit, yeah.
the newest one is a lot more like the last one now. And the last one was a lot more like the last one.
But you never know. Like that's the thing when I see bands and they take band members in and out, in and out.
I like
They,
that. See, I love
I
that.
do like it in a way, but that's why I always see Queens of the Stone Age as Josh's.
It's
his
is.
band.
It
It's
totally
his-
is.
well,
I'm
it's
sure.
Yes,
if
it's
it
his
is.
thing. I think it's like I said.
It's primarily his
Yes,
thing for sure.
but,
And I'm sure he makes Final to a certain degree. But I don't know. I even listened to interviews lately. He talks about it differently. It's not like it's not. He talks about it like Troy's always there, or John's always there. Like somebody's always there. It used to be just him, almost in every interview, or just maybe you'd have somebody else in there. But before, like when it was him and Dave Grohl, like it would be him and Dave Grohl because Dave Grohl gets views or whatever. But
it is, yeah.
and that wasn't on, and like that wasn't on Real Line. Like Nick Olivery and Dave Grohl together was really good. There was something about the playing of Nick Olivery that went well with Dave Grohl's fucking beating the shit out of the drums thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so there's a whole. I mean, if you listen to Queen, you're really going into it. It's like really in depth technically because there's a bunch of different band members. There's a lot of different albums. They were like Josh was in Caius before, then they did a split album. Like there's a whole bunch of history to it all. Really.
Caius they're rock too, man. They
my
fucking-
son, don't even get me started.
Yeah, they're fucking good shit.
Yeah,
I
Caius
think
was
I've
right
seen
on.
a live performance of them like not too long ago.
Something popped up in my news feed, and it's something that I seen years ago, like on like MTV, whatever, MTV Much Music, something, whatever it was, and then it popped up in my news feed the other day. And I was like, holy shit, I haven't seen this in years.
Oh, okay.
And then I can't remember what his name is, but the lead singer of Caius does solo stuff. He popped up in my news feed the other day, and I was like, holy fuck, he's still giving her.
I don't know his name. I
rocking.
don't even know. You know what I mean? I don't even know the other band.
I can't remember what
members.
his.
So
I can't.
Queens-
I don't know the guys from Caius. I can't go down. I don't know that road, but yeah. I really like. I mean, I just like Caius. There's a certain amount of bands that I'm like, I want to know everything about them, and then there's bands I'm like, well,
It's
I just like the
listening to it.
band. Like I don't want to know anything about it. It has a bit more mystique if I don't know, which is interesting.
Speaking of bands, you ever hear Royal Republic?
Buddy's just loving the shit out of that.
I said it on the last pod. Maybe I'll give him a little shout out every time. but-
Yeah, turned them
so
turned them
if
on.
you don't
Now
know
he can't
who
turn
it is,
it off.
just turn it on.
Turned them on. Now he can't turn it off.
Yeah, that's right.
So good. They are wicked though. I'm not gonna lie, man. They're so good. But so I'll throw on to something else now. So we'll go back to the local
back
brand
local.
here now. Local brand.
We said we were going to get into a little Mudflower.
Yeah. So Nicole, Megan. Sorry, but we're gonna throw it up.
Probably won't even
Uh,
hear this, but maybe someone will tell you that we did this.
I would imagine
But,
my sister will tell her.
Here we are.
So what are we at here? So we'll do keep the beat here now. We'll just throw these up. So the girls only were playing instruments for like not that long. I'm pretty sure like Hardam's sister is the longest running instrument on this, I would assume,
Okay.
because she's the drummer.
Nice.
Very much
Runs in
like
the family. Runs in the family.
yeah, apparently yeah, she still plays. I'm pretty sure in a band.
Shout out Matthew Harnum. Good, great drummer.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he posts videos. He posts
Oh,
videos on
Yeah, I love
Facebook.
it. Love
You
it.
getting enough or too much, too little?
Maybe a smidge more. A little smidge more. There we go.
So they've been only playing their instruments for like a year-ish. Not even. I don't know. It was a year at this point, maybe.
And writing songs right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Recording songs.
Recording songs, yeah. So like this is the first thing I did when I came home from recording school. I helped them out with this.
Where'd you do this one at?
I want to say it was Nicole's basement. I have pictures. I'm sure I have pictures on my phone even. But yeah.
Same setup. You had the same
But this was even
same
more
70s Fender or what?
No, this was even well. Like I didn't really use it for this because like I had to carry my stuff back and forth. So like we would go down and I would do drum tracks and bass tracks together because you'd have somebody to play against, kind of thing, right?
Oh.
Each other, and it's a bit you can, and then or maybe I would like
Who's singing?
Megan. Oh my God, what is her name? She just lived down on Exwoods Avenue. Oh my God.
You know
It's
where
like
the-
right out of my brain, like as soon as you ask the question. But anyway, yeah, she's the singer. Then Megan Herm was the drummer, and then Nicole Finder was the bass player.
Just a 3-piece.
3-piece, yeah. So we tracked the bass and the drums, and then sometimes I'd plug the guitar right into the box kind of thing, so that they'd be playing against everybody. But then I could take that away after and then re-record it and stuff like this. So like, it was done. This was done in a lot of chunks, putting it back together kind of thing, because I didn't have enough equipment necessarily at that because I literally just moved back. Like it was like 5 days later.
So we're almost talking about a Sammy Lane recording, chronological.
In a way, yeah. There's a bunch of
This
stuff.
is how-
There's a bunch of stuff missing technically from Halifax,
But
but
it ties in because you're the one recording it all.
yeah, man, it's fun. This is actually kind of fun, actually. But yeah, this is the stuff that I was doing like when I was 25 or whatever, something like that, whatever, in 2008, I think. Yeah,
2005?
2008 probably.
2008?
Yeah, because I went to school in 2006. I was home again in 2008, like the end of 2008, kind of thing. Yeah, so that was interesting.
Yeah, a couple years after high school. Hey, you went
Wasn't
there.
that long? Yeah, I went to school in what was it? 2006. Yeah, so 3 years after. So what's that? 23, whatever, 22, whatever. 1.5 million years ago. Jesus,
Jeez.
that's a long time ago, man.
I
Like you,
wish.
so you moved up here like with the boys and whatever, and then like basically when Don and Elliot moved, I did too. Gone off to Halifax, and then when I showed up in Halifax, I showed up in August. I didn't have school till October. So I bummed around for a few months or whatever, and then probably 5 days after I started school, I was standing up at the desk in the front, talking to the administrator lady, and I hear my name being called from down the hallway, which is weird because nobody knows who I am yet. I literally just showed up there, but it's fucking Keith fucking Budgel,
Oh, no way.
and he fucking walks right up to me. He's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Man, I just been here for like 5 days, just started school." He's like, "Fuck, man, I just started last semester." And yeah, so he was like the semester ahead of me.
Oh.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was really funny. It was super weird.
Great time.
Because I never really talked to him a whole bunch after he left Bishops, right? Because, I mean, he moved straight to Halifax and did whatever he was doing there in the beginning because he wasn't doing that. And then
he was recording a little bit of music.
he had a
wasn't
bunch. Stray
He
Satellite was their band.
Yeah, he was. He was
he's
jamming
he
up.
works with a I can't remember what their name is now. But he works for a cool, really cool company out of I think they're based out of Dartmouth or something like that. But they're really good. He does some cool shit. I've seen some of the stuff he does, like a bunch of festivals and shit. Check out my keyboard playing.
That's you.
That's what I'm saying. Like I always have
You're
a.
adding a little touch.
You gotta put a bit more. Like I don't
The
want to
fourth
just hear.
member of the band.
I'm always the other guy, right? Like what is it? The fifth member of the Beatles or whatever.
Yes.
That's me.
You're the unsung hero.
Well, you gotta have something else going on. Like you can't always just be guitars and drums. Like
Yeah. Unless you're Nirvana.
yeah. Well, they just stopped playing. They just let Kurt sing over like ting
True.
ting ting or something
Exactly,
or
yeah.
bass line, right? Like it's
It's got to be something else. Yeah.
yeah. It's always how you slow it down or whatever, right? But it's funny, yeah. I forgot I did that actually until that second. But yeah, I played a little bit of timbali on the other one, and then a couple other little knickknacks under like all those weird intro-y things and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and whatever. I played all that stuff in. and
Little
whatever.
keyboard action.
Little keys, little fucking
Playing the Alicia
little-
keys.
playing Alicia Keys, yeah. Playing the feedback machine, shit like that, right?
Yes. Smoke machine.
Man, I remember when I was doing the PPC thing. I remember I was in my own house and I re-recorded a bunch of feedback so that I could put the feedback into the intros and like layer it on top of the other feedback, so it would be different
Oh.
feedbacks. You know what I mean? Like different sounds
Yeah.
of feedback.
Different-
Like, all of a
yeah.
sudden, I got right deep into all this. Holy fuck.
Different frequencies.
Yeah, just letting her rip in the basement. Mom, Dad, we gone to work, and like I never had a job, and then for the first like month I was home or 2 months I was home, right? So I was just in the basement being a fucking lunatic.
Throwing on starting up the feedback. And just
Oh yeah,
letting her buck.
literally like got a guitar amp on, fucking loud, so every pedal plug, every 3 fucking distortion pedals plugged into it, cranked right up with a filter on, like some kind of EQ, so I could like kind of filter the sound. Oh my son, don't even get me started. I was up to all kinds of foolish stuff,
That's it, man. You got to be creative. You got to expand. You got to do things.
But that's what makes it fun, right? I guess I don't know. That's what makes it fun to me. Like that's the best part about being in the studio. Is the stuff you stumble on. Like it's never just like the well thought out bits.
Yeah.
Like, that's well thought out. That's just on a piece of paper, right?
We're doing A, B, and C, and that's it. No, you
Yeah.
sometimes you got to just wander off to
Yeah, just see what happens.
HIJKLMNOP.
I just want to see what happens, man. That's all. Yeah, it's fun. Like that's the fun stuff that I think people who don't know about music or like haven't really seen any music being made or whatever is like you don't. I don't know. It's like when you're like watching a play, and you kind of all of a sudden you forget you're watching the play. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's so good that you're watching the play, like you forget you're watching the play, like, but it's a play still.
Yeah.
You have those moments when you're making music. Personally, in the studio, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. But you're doing something, and while you're doing it, you know it's good. Whether it becomes $1 million thing or not, that's irrelevant. It's just there's sometimes you're doing something, and it's like Jesus. Like you get to the end, and it's like, where did that come from? Like
Yeah.
it just
I
it's
didn't know
there.
that
It's
was
already there, almost like it's
Yeah.
it's weird. Yeah, there's some, and that's like I don't know. There's no I have done lots of weird shit in my day. Don't get me wrong, and all kinds of funny things that you can put in your mouth and all kinds of that stuff. But there's a different high that comes with that. I don't know how to explain that to people, and it's only me because I'm half autistic and
When
everything else.
you're-
But
Yeah, it's just your creative side.
there's something about it that there's nothing like that. There's just nothing like. I did a demo with Alert the Medic, and they ended up re-recording the songs with the guitar player from Our Lady Peace, and then ended up there's nothing wrong with the songs. They sound really good, but they made different choices, right? Like they just chose to do different things with the songs, and that's fair. Like I mean, there are songs to do whatever they wish with.
True.
But we were demoing them at our school, like, and I was doing a lot of demos myself for a class project, and I mean they're not popular. I'm sure people in Halifax know them and whatever. And they're really good. Like fucking the drum. I can't remember. I want to say his name's Daryl or something like that. But the drummer was like one of the best drummers I've ever experienced live. Just unreal, like a human click track.
Really?
Yeah, right. But yeah, like I don't know. It just like there's I don't know. There's all the like we had moments like there was stuff that we did that was like super cool because it was originally just supposed to be something that was for practice in the beginning because they just wanted to record stuff, like get used to recording and stuff. So we were just helping them along. And then he was like, "This is really like." I remember the lead singer was like, "This is turned out really good," or "I like the way this is going. Can we just do more stuff like in the at the school studio or anywhere, like in your house, anywhere?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, we can just fucking like I'll do it as a class thing. I'll just book all the studio time out at the school. I'll just put my name on a bunch of it. I already paid. Like I paid my tuition. I paid my studio time tuition. I'll book it out."
Yes.
And that's what I did. And I don't even think people realize we did a school project and we ended up with 3 demos and like they were like fully done songs, like pre-masters. That's all I needed to
And
have.
what was the name of that band?
Alert the Medic. And I wish I still had the demos, but I don't know where they are. I can't find them anywhere. I'd love to have them.
I wish. Yeah.
But they turned out really good, and like they were like, and I don't want to say they're superior to the released versions because that's not really what it is. Like that's not my point to it. It's I thought they were cooler. Like they were more
organic.
No, not even that. No, they
Not
just
even-
there was something about them that was it sounded better. Like, and not like the production was better or worse. That's not it. But like there was something about the tracks and the takes and the energy. Like it was because we tracked some of it live and we tracked some of it solo pieces, and the other one was all kind of tracked in bits and bobs. Like you do the drums, you do the bass, you do the whatever, right? And then you put it all back together, and it was comped, and you could tell it was comped, right? So you could, and I mean, I can tell it's comped because like nobody plays perfect takes. That's just not how it works, right?
Yeah.
But we had all these kind of like, seeing those moments in that recording process and recording like 5 songs. There's a lot of like, holy shit moments where it was like, oh my god, that works way better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
Or that went way easier, and that sounds way better than I thought it would sound, or, you know what I mean? Like it just things just clicked.
Yeah, that's what I like about jamming. Like you just go and you flow and
You
you just
find
keep
that
going
spot,
and
yeah.
you're all of a sudden you're playing something like this is not what I thought, but
You're together, right?
yeah,
Like there's
it's
just
like
something about the harmonious.
you're all yeah, exactly. You're all connected in some kind of way where it's like
weird too, right?
it
Like,
makes a certain sound and yeah,
it's
like
weird, man.
I don't know. That's what I mean. I'd never been in a straightforward band before where we're this and that, but
Yeah.
I've always loved jamming with a bunch of different people. Like anyone who
Yeah.
can play music, well, let me see how I can riff, like get off, like
Riff
on what
along with- yeah.
you're saying, like what you're trying to put out there. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, how can I make this sound? How can I accompany it,
How can
or
I
how
add
can
to
I
it,
add
right?
to it to make it like even better, or but
Yeah.
not better than it, but you know what I mean, like.
You just want to add,
something
right?
like- yeah,
Something
just
about adding to certain things. that
Throwing
are
a bunch
better,
of ingredients in a pot and see what kind of fucking stew we got here. Like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
and it just comes out a certain way where you just wanna, you're just like, this is perfect. Like,
Yeah, there's something about it, man. And there's something like I was saying in the last pod. A lot of people don't realize that, like the individual bits of the recording, if you were to put them on their own, they don't always sound good. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
And the other thing is like, I think people are really critical of hearing themselves. I think is a big part of it. Like from being in a
Oh, yeah.
especially in a big studio experience to a certain degree, like people don't realize that everybody sounds like that by themselves playing. It's the everything else that fills in the hole kind of thing, right? Like you hear your pick scratching on the guitar. You hear yourself kind of tack the rim sometimes on the drum. You don't quite pluck the string on bass. You know what I mean? Like all these things, but they're in good takes. Like because that one little thing isn't quite right. Doesn't really matter. Like
It shouldn't matter. Because
And it doesn't
that's what goes
generally.
into making a great live band.
But it doesn't really even matter because a lot of times you don't even notice it. Like there's mistakes in tons of music.
And there's going to be mistakes
And
live.
you
But
don't even
people
really
sound
notice them,
fucking
man.
sick live.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you don't
it's-
need to be so
yeah.
perfect on the album where it's like, well,
And I don't
it's going to
wanna-
be hard to do that 200 nights in a year.
Yes, exactly.
So let me
yeah.
just
But I can
relax
only
a
pull it
little
off
bit.
50 nights versus 200.
Let me just relax, play the fucking song how I want to play it, and if I just, if I don't clip that string as precise as I did on the album, like it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? It should
Yeah,
matter
exactly. Yeah.
because still everyone's still fucking going for it live, and it
Yeah.
does sound.
There's something about it, yeah.
Yeah, like-
And there's something about being on the edge of everything exploding. Like, you know what I mean? In a bad way,
Yeah.
really, right? Like, that's something that when I played in bands that I liked. Like, it's fine on everything that we know. You know what I mean? Like, where we got all this, we got, 95% of this, it's locked in. It'll never be off pace. It just works. But that 5% that we always leave open, like, there's a guitar solo.
Right.
You just do your own thing. Like nobody ever calculated out what that shit was gonna be like or whatever, right? And sometimes we would say, okay, in the second set, in the fourth song, we're gonna bridge them together with a breakdown. It's up to you to figure it out, right? Like when we
Right.
get to the end, the drummer just plays the drums, and we'll slow it down, right? And then somebody would get on the mic and do whatever, and then while the drummer's doing whatever he's doing, we'd all just fiddle fuck around, and then from the fiddle fuck around, we would eventually
Find
turn the
something that
speaking
works.
part, to fuck around with the audience thing or whatever, would eventually turn into a slow jam, maybe, right, or whatever, right?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you'd
Little
kind
slow
of,
breakdown jam always sounds good.
you know
in
what
it,
I mean?
too.
Like you break it right down to the point where it's just a drummer playing the drums or something, and the singer or whatever is fucking talking and doing his thing and just showing off and talking bullshit and getting the crowd going or whatever. And then as you're bringing it back,
Yeah.
that was my favorite part because nobody really knows what we're doing. We're just doing it. And there's fucking 200, 300 people in right there looking at you. And you're just like, okay.
Are we going to bring it back here?
You're all soaking it in. You're all looking at, like, everybody's dialed, looking in. You know what I mean? Like, looking at each other. We're fucking listening.
Yeah,
Like,
live
we're
music
listening.
is superior, I think.
Oh, it's
Live.
so
That's-
superior.
that's when-
So
when
superior,
bands
man.
can do that and break it down a little bit, and then he talks to the crowd. A
I
little
want
bit,
to see you,
know what
just
I mean?
fucking take it to the edge, right? Like
To see
I don't
some
know
emotion.
what you're gonna do. You don't know what you're gonna do, even, right? Like I like that part. Like I want to hear you be tight. I like that. I like a tight band. Like I don't want people to be fucking loosey goosey, shit's off time, shit's off the rails all the whole
Yeah.
time. Like it's
Well,
one
it
thing
just
when
doesn't
shit gets off the
sound good.
rails a little bit here and there, or whatever. That's here nor there. But I don't
Still
want
has to sound.
But
good.
I want you to be tight. But like when you do your own thing, I like that.
Yeah.
Like that's the best part, right? Is that last 5%? That's the best. And that's what made it
So-
awesome for me to fucking. That was my favorite part of playing.
Got an untitled track here.
So this
now,
is
the
like I don't know
final
what this
track.
actually is, but this is live. This is fully live on the floor here
Just
with like
talking
3
over the
microphones.
mudflowers here now.
Yeah,
Just talking over them.
just talking
but
over.
we're just showcasing some of this old
Yeah, it's throwing
Sammy's
it up there.
catalog
Got
of
the
production.
catalog
here.
of production here, fucking craziness.
Production catalog here.
But yeah,
Fucking
this is
A.
just like live off the floor, a couple microphones up or whatever, and letting her buck.
Nice.
But this is like them playing, right? Like, because I was like,
Sounds good. I like this one.
I was like, Boz, if you're gonna fucking like go show like what play live is, like you can't play these others. Even like they're not crazy. There's nothing crazy about them or whatever. But like
Did they ever get any?
they played a ton, man.
Did
They were a
they?
full-fledged band for I don't know, probably 3 or 4 years. I don't know, did a reunion like when this and the funny part was when this first kicked off. There was like they almost started this little revolution of like girl bands.
Oh wow.
And they had like a little revival of girl bands that kind of followed them a bit, which is cool. Because then I moved to St. John's not long after, so I kind of tracked them. You know what I mean? Like I kind of tracked them historically for a little
Okay.
bit in a way. Right? I go see their shows and fuck around. And I was really into going down to CBs and whatever. Right?
Nice.
So like that was a thing. But yeah, they started playing CBs and at the deck and I can't remember what the other place was down the road there from there. And yeah, so they would start playing all these shows. So I would go down and see them whenever I could. Right? Yeah, so it was
That's
fun.
fucking sick.
And they ended up playing a lot. They got really good eventually. Like I thought they were like for the music that they play, like super good, man.
I know. And then like recording after playing for like maybe a year. Not
I don't even know if it was a year,
not
man. I'm
even.
not even lying.
Picked
Like, I
up
can't
the
even remember.
instruments and just fucking took off.
Mm.
Took off to St. John's.
Took off gone to St. John's. Gone to St. John's or no?
I'm gone.
Going to Sin City.
Going to St. John's.
But yeah, it was pretty funny, man. But they did really well. Like, I know that they did well in terms of, like, I mean, they had huge exposure. Like, they were on the radio. They did a bunch of interviews with CBC.
Nice.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of stuff that they did. Like, they did really well.
But it's good that they were inspiring to other people, to other
It was
females
cool,
as well.
yeah. Like, when I
Fucking
completed
rock
it
out.
and all this other stuff started going, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I had a little piece in that. Like, that's really good.
Yeah, I was gonna say something,
Right
but
on.
it's not probably appropriate. But
Don't be saying that now.
I was gonna say jam out.
Jam out.
Yes, jam out, and you can finish it if you want. Just let's go.
Yes, bye.
Oh,
Hard as
God, I
nails.
didn't even.
Hard as nails.
I'm canceled here now.
Ryan's canceled. Send him home. That's it now. But yeah.
Canceled.
But yeah, this is the kind of shit that we used to be at. But yeah, man, Buzz are right on. This is deadly. And the funny part is now that later on in my life, it sounds better than when I did it. Or at least it sounds. I think it does.
Better than you thought it did.
Yeah,
or-
100%. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
When I go back to it, it's like, oh, this is actually pretty sick.
Fucking right.
Yeah, man. Kind of got like a Nirvana thing going on or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that wild foolishness.
Wild foolishness.
Yeah, there's a lot of wild foolishness. To me, to like a live Nirvana, it's just live
Yes,
foolishness.
they're gone all crazy here now.
Because he's just wearing like weird shit and doing all kinds of funny stuff.
Got any more deep cuts? Or that's
I don't know, man. Let's see here. Now I'm gonna do a shameless. See if I can find a shameless music of mine here.
Shameless plug.
See if I can figure one out. I don't know where it is. I know it's on one of these drives, but which one?
Oh
Was
my!
that
We
the
got
bi-
a
was
we
that
got a
the bias
live
again?
live puppy. Yeah,
You got a live puppy out here.
a live dog wanting to come in and say hello. What are you searching up here over here?
Trying to find. I don't know if my stuff is on here or not, man. To be honest with you, but mix it. Listen to that. I was just seeing if I could figure out.
Oh yes, puppy.
Yes.
Yeah. That reminds me. You ever watched this show? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I have definitely watched. I haven't watched it recently, but I definitely have
Reminds
watched
me
it.
of one episode where they had the white curly wigs, you know, when the people used to wear back in the day, and they used to just say yes. Oh, can you let that dog
Let
in
that
over
dog
here?
in.
My God.
Come in, man.
Oh my goodness.
What are you doing, bye?
Just here.
I don't know where my stuff is gone. I can't find it all in here now.
Can you guys lay down over here?
Can't you just lie down? And they're like, shut up, buddy.
They're like, go to bed out of it. See, now they're just gonna leave.
That's the funniest part is that they just come in, do that, go on again,
Gone again.
gone again now. I don't know if I can find this, to be honest with you, but I don't know where my stuff is gone. It's funny I have other people's stuff. I don't know where mine is.
We are still searching for. You got a couple recordings, or
Yeah. I'm
Or
gonna make a
things-
fool of myself
things you
here.
have
Seems I made a
recorded?
fool of everybody else. I figured I might as well make a fool of everybody else, or myself in front of everybody else.
I make a fool of myself every week on this thing.
I got the tiny head man stuff there, but that's not really embarrassing. I kind of like that.
That's our intro.
It
So
is
if
the
you heard-
intro, yeah.
So if you've heard the intro to this song, because it wasn't the original intro, but I thought it was a banger, so much of a banger. I'm like, man,
It's funny because I only changed it because you guys said that.
we got
Because the other thing was me as well.
Yes.
To
So
be
if you
honest.
go scroll on down to the bottom, episode like 1 and 2 and 3 or whatever, and then that's Sam playing guitar on the intro. But then if you scroll up to the newest ones, it's also Sam. This guy over here.
it's also me.
It's also him, and we were like, man, that's a banger. We got to have that as the intro. So that's where we came up with the intro.
That's pretty cool.
Actually, I didn't come up with it. It was him. It was
it's
all
my thing,
him.
but it's funny that you say it. Like I said,
But I liked
wouldn't
it.
Out of,
I like it so
definitely
much.
wouldn't
I
have.
said, that sounds like a good intro. I convinced them to put it on. That's what I mean.
Oh, Nope, this is not mine at all.
Hold up. I thought that's what you were going to say then. Hold up. Hey.
Oh wait, no. I do have something. There's no lyrics. Let's see. Is this gonna? Oh my god, it is gonna come on.
No lyric?
There's no lyrics.
Let's
to this.
let's sing some lyrics live.
Go ahead.
Once there was a little bitty boy. He came down. He had a toy. All right, what do we got?
Still playing. What happened there?
See, I told you I embarrass myself here every week on the pod. Do this for you.
I do it for you.
Actually, I embarrass myself for me. Still searching over there.
Yeah, man. I know it's in here somewhere, but I don't. I got so many things.
That
in my-
wasn't you?
This is me. Yes, and it won't play.
Okay.
Suddenly it stopped playing. I don't know what happened there. I'll have to go back. Oh, I think I did a stupid thing. Yeah, there we go.
Drums, guitar, everything.
Everything fully finished song except for nobody sings. Just a little instrumental ditty. I recorded it originally to go on. What was it even? I want to say. Oh yeah, this one got glitches in it, I think, somewhere. Because I can't find the original copies of it even. But I wrote it originally for a video, I think, is what it actually was. Because there was a video that I was working with a guy in St. John's on. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is what this was. Hey. Yeah, so he's got weird cutouts. So I had to print it off basically from an old, like an old version of it kind of thing.
I like it.
It's cool, yeah. I think I do have the original version of it here right now, actually. Just want to close that out. Let's see. Let's flip over. Okay, we got some.
What year was that? How long ago was that? You were.
Oh, buddy, this would have been like 2006 kind of thing. Ooh. Okay, I gotta go pee real quick.
All right.
Throw this on. Did you hear the breakdown of this yet?
Good. Get it back to.
Let's see. I think this is gonna be it here. This is the best part of the song. I'm really proud. So this is one of those. So this is one of those things. I literally sat on the edge of my couch. I thought of the riff, and this little piece, like the riff, that, and then I made a drum beat. So this is a bunch of different pieces of a bunch of loops chopped up to make this whole thing.
Oh.
The whole song is made of a bunch of different loops that are like chopped.
I like it, man. That sounds
a cool
sick.
song. It's a
Lot
cool
of
song.
and how did you do this?
So this is
How'd you chop it up?
So this is GarageBand from 2006. No, 2005, whatever. 2004, 2006. Yeah, first when I went there because I bought a MacBook. So
Oh, yeah.
I used to record on Pro Tools because I have Pro Tools with a little inbox and everything a lot.
Mhm.
But for fucking around,
GarageBand is sick.
I would just play the drum loops in GarageBand. But eventually it got to the point where I fucked with it so much that I could make. And I used to play drums. Like I'm technically a trained drummer.
Like you, yeah.
Like,
you
I know
can
how to
play
read
drums.
drum music.
I could see you play drums. Like you got the drums in the basement.
Yeah, and I play it like all the and I played it like for years. And I played in high school band. I played in junior band. I played all those things. Played drums. So like I know how to read. I went to school for music. Like I know how to play drums. I know how to read it. So basically, from sitting there, I figured out that you could just grid it, like make a grid out of the drum beat, and then at the time, it's not like now where you can like time expand. So you just say I want it in this timing at this many beats per minute, and it just takes whatever you got. And so you couldn't do that, right?
Oh.
So like you had to like chop it up and quantize it, and then chop it up and quantize it, and chop it up and quantize it, and, like rearrange it and do whatever. So anyways, I figured it on GarageBand that you could use the grid, and the grid was very helpful because I could see more. Like I knew where it should be, so it's like if I was reading a piece of music, I could figure out how to chop it and put it and move it, right? Because it's all on a click track. I mean, it's exact beats and whatever.
Keep it in time.
So I just basically I sat there and was like, this is the drum beat, because it was one of those things where it just popped in my mind, kind of thing. Like the riff was there, I knew what I wanted to hear as a drum beat, so I just kind of started chopping up, like the intro piece or whatever, right? So like, okay, that counts me in 1, 2, 3, 4, like. and then I'm in. Like now I'm in, so I got a count in without having a count in, right?
Right.
So without having someone go 1, 2, 3, whatever bullshit.
Yeah.
None of that, right? It's because I don't know what I'm doing. Like I literally just sat on the edge of the couch and just started making it. So then I was like, okay, so I know I want to loop this as many times. So basically, as I'm sitting here, like even if I was sitting here with guitar now, I would play that drum beat, and then based on however many bars there are, I know how many times I have to repeat the piece, right? Like the chunk of the piece I'm trying to play, right? So
Yeah.
then I was like, okay, I play along, and needs another time, needs not another time, whatever, blah 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 blah. And eventually, after 20 minutes of fucking around, I got 90% of the drum parts made. So then I can sit there and I can figure out the guitar parts, and then essentially I played the beginning and the end of it. It was almost the entire song. I was like, it needs like a breakdown or it needs something different.
Bridge. Yeah.
Needs some kind of piece, right? Like it needs another piece or whatever, right? So basically, instead of playing guitar, I was like, well, I'll just write a drum part, and when it comes up, I'll just play. So the acoustic part that you hear over that slow bit, like with the drum part,
Little breakdown.
like the little breakdown piece, that's the first thing I played. That is an improvisation. The whole thing is just me playing to that drum part. It's because I already had the first part and like the actual end kind of thing, but then I changed the end because coming out of that is a that piece, right? Like so then I come to that piece and I'm like, oh well, that needs to be like that flows into the huge outro kind of thing. That's the
Big ending.
that's
right?
the little piece, the little quiet part that builds up to the big part.
You gotta have a big ending.
Yeah, so that's kind of where that went. So
You
then
gotta leave on a high
I
note.
switched it around. I was like, okay, well, make it this way. Instead of playing it on the hi-hat or whatever, I'll make a drum beat that's like smash and the fucking crash.
A
Like
little crash and smash.
So then when I
A
come
little
out,
axe and smash. A little
come out
demolition
faster than I
style.
went in kind of thing,
Yes,
right?
you gotta be demolition style.
So then the thing is with the drum beats, like I was saying before, so you have no elastic time. So technically the song's in a bunch of different drum beat, like in a different, like not necessarily signatures, but they're always different patterns and different beats per minute.
Mm-hmm.
But I've chopped them up to a point where if you're an expert, you probably can tell that they're not all in the same beats per minute and whatever else, but by the end they all
It
sound
all
like they are.
works.
It all sounds like they are by the end of it, right? So it doesn't sound off-putting. It sounds like somebody, not necessarily somebody played it, but it sounds like more or less somebody played it.
It's not bad. It's not a bad thing to slow it down a little bit.
No, so I'll put this
So
one
you-
out now.
yeah,
I'll just
not every song's got to be.
I'll
the
keep
same
embarrassing
beats per
myself
minute.
as we go along here now. So this is just like demo stuff. Like this is the same thing. I'm just digging around through my old stuff here now. So this is before I had a drum kit.
I like it already. You got a little piano in there.
Yeah, so like this is what I'd be at my house, like in my
Yeah,
little
so
apartment.
little
Man, I had a
piano,
soundproof apartment when I lived
acoustic.
in Halifax.
Jeez.
So yeah, so we used to play full drum kits. We used to have full like so. My girlfriend at the time, she used to go home for the summer. When she would go home for 3 months out of the year, my house was a fucking running studio. So we just had people at the house flat out fucking recording, and it wasn't me always. It would just be people.
Who soundproofed it?
It was just the way it was built. It was built at a fucking all concrete.
Oh Jesus.
Like you could be in there doing anything you want. You shut the door, done.
Really?
It would be like people talking. It was nuts. Yeah, it was awesome.
Holy hell.
Yeah, I used to have full jams in there, man, with bands till like every day, fucking weeks on end, all gear, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, like got mad, like it was nuts. It was fucking crazy.
That would be intense.
There's a bunch of demos that I have somewhere else actually that's from that, and then like other people recorded stuff in that house, like in that apartment. Oh yeah, that was fucking gone, man in there.
Jeez. That would have been a party.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was I don't know what the hell was going on, but
We
we
were
were
in a
all,
party and a half, brother.
we were all on the wine all the time.
all
like,
the wine.
on the wine, right? Yeah, the
Don't
wine.
you run on the
The
wine.
wine was like some kind of like we thought like it was some kind of elixir, right? Like we'd be in there smoke, like, and I smoked cigarettes like a chimney.
You thought you were Jim Morrison up there.
I don't know what we thought we were, man. We were just like, and I was worse. I was like a secluded,
cigs,
like
drinking
little
red wine.
weird fucking hermit, like in my house, fucking
California.
mad scientist, gone mad, fucking recording weird shit in my house.
He's
and
gone
stuff.
Hollywood, folks. He's gone Hollywood.
God, Hollywood is right, man. Fucking, it was just gone mental, man.
Yes, he's got the Hollywood style here now.
But it was
No,
it
back
was
then.
cool.
Not now.
Yeah.
He had the Hollywood. Yeah,
It was
smoking
fun,
cigs
man.
and red wine. Now, tell me who started that? No, you got that in school.
So I started drinking a lot of red wine when I first got out of high school, towards the end of high school even, because Dad made a pile of wine in the house. And it was all in the basement, and I mean, it was like fucking firewater, man. Holy fuck. I mean, you drink a bottle, you'd be loaded.
Oh,
like,
of course, buddy.
Loaded.
I know all about
Loaded. I'm pretty sure you may or may not have partaken in one of them. Everybody, some point along the way, partook in one of them things.
red wine's hell of a
Yeah,
buzz if you.
we made a bunch of red stuff and a bunch of white stuff, and it was just off the handle. Yeah, so it started a bit for me then, and then when we got into, because it was cheap is the other half, right? You could buy 2 bottles of wine, or like you could buy a case of wine for $50-$60, whatever, right? If you get onto the rate
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
because it didn't have taste good. That's not the point.
Oh no, you can get a bottle of wine for $6.
Yeah, exactly.
No
You don't give
problem.
a fuck what it tastes like. You can get it cheap. So that was a big part of it. Was that, be honest, because we're all students. They're a dick all. We're all like musicians.
Right, you're all musicians.
All we did was drink, smoke dope, and all I did was drink, smoke dope, and smoke cigarettes. So I'll put it to you this way: I was working on a project which I can't really find. I don't know.
You
where it
don't
is in
smoke
here.
cigarettes anymore.
No, I've been off the cigarettes for a few years now.
Been off the darts for a bit.
But
That's the thing, guys. Don't smoke.
yeah. So
Give you a lesson here. Give you a
I'm gonna give you a real lesson. Don't smoke fucking darts.
Don't smoke darts.
So this should be a fully fledged song, if I'm not mistaken. Here with me singing.
Is this
the song.
you?
This is me singing. Yeah. Getting any of that? I can't really tell.
I can hear that loud and clear.
So this is like a fully fledged out.
And what year is this now?
I recorded this in my closet in 2007, I want to say, or something like that. Late 2006, even maybe.
In Halifax.
In Halifax, yeah.
In recordings in the school.
So that was, yeah. So this was like, so this has like 400 different versions of it.
I can see a little bit of damp influence on this one.
A lot of people say it's Allison, I see what you
Little
mean.
Alice in
Alice
Chains
in
here.
Chains is a lot of it.
Hold on, let me listen.
Listen to this part. This is the bass line thing. And that
The part, yeah, the part that came back into that, yeah, definitely give me
That
a little
little bit right
Alice,
there.
give me a little Alice in Chain vibe.
I'll put it up here. So this is from the Calm Waters project that I was working on. I actually probably, like, if I could find it all, there's probably like, fuck man, there's like 35 songs, 50, I don't even know. But there's at least 10 fully fledged out songs exact like this.
30 songs.
Oh, somewhere, yeah, there's piles of this.
Holy.
There's piles of this, man. Yeah, there's piles of stuff. Like,
2007, baby.
Yeah, there's piles of stuff, man. There's piles of stuff. Somewhere. I just can't find half it's on discs. It's fucking on hard drives. It's fucking everywhere. But, yeah, so this is something that I worked on, and I worked on this a lot. There's a really good version of it somewhere. I can't find it, but I know it's on this hard drive right here somewhere, of me and my buddy Nick playing it live. Like in front of people, like actually playing it in front of people, yeah.
The Calm Waters Project.
Calm Waters Project, yeah. The album's name was gonna be, because I never really ever released it. I put a bunch of songs on MySpace and Bandcamp at one point.
Throw that up on Spotify.
I should put it up on Spotify.
Should.
But it was gonna be, what was it called?
Why not?
Oh, The View from Here is what I was gonna call it, because we had a deck on the front patio that looked out over the Bedford Basin. So in the summertime, I mean, like I said, all I did was drink, smoke dope. Like that's all I did. So like I would sit here with my acoustic guitar.
Shocking boy.
Yes, we're hard life. Sit out there and I'd have a cup of coffee and a fucking
Glass of red wine.
bottle of wine, or no, not even a glass. I just pop the
No,
top,
in the
put that
night. In
there.
the nighttime, you probably would drink a wine
No, not even all the time.
all the time.
Used to go to Eastside Mario's at lunch and get a fucking great big fucking
Breadsticks.
like 4 fucking beers in one for
Oh.
$5 or whatever. You'd get 2 of them, go back to fucking studio, be loaded.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, what a laugh. But yeah, that's all we did, man. And then we would go in my house and record music. But like I'd sit on the deck a lot of times in the morning by myself in the summertime because I was there by myself. So I'd sit there and watch because I used to have sailboats out there and all this. I was like,
You
man,
lived there by yourself.
well, when the girlfriend wasn't there, right?
Oh,
like
right,
in
right.
the summertime, right? So like to me, if there was something about it, it was like, man, like I'm out here.
That would have been
I'm going to
shit.
school. I get to record music. I'm doing
That would've been the shit.
And I was like, it's all about the view, right? Like that was the kind of the concept of it. Like
That would have
it's
been
view
the
from here,
shit.
man.
I would have loved to have been in Halifax.
I was trying to get people to follow
2007.
me along, but nobody wanted to come with me.
Recording music. That would have been fucking sick.
It was fucking awesome, man. It was a wicked laugh. But yeah, I spent hours in my own house just sitting in. I had this room set up. We had a den, and we switched apartments eventually. And we had a den that you could crack the 2 doors open, and it would go out into the living room. So I would close the doors when she was there, and it would be like the spare. That would be where I record stuff all the time, like doing all my projects in there and everything. And then when she would leave, I would I'd take the doors off the hinges, man, and put them in the closet. And then I would fucking turn the desk around so that the desk was like facing the other way, away from people, so that I could put on headphones and like sit there with my headphones on and record people with their fucking guitar amps on 11. It was fucking nuts. I used to put guitar amps
All the way up to 11?
I put the guitar amps in the storage closet. Like all
and
in
you
the-
couldn't hear nothing anywhere. No one neighbors
No,
would
it
hear.
was. I mean, they'd hear it every now and then or whatever, but it wasn't atrocious. Like it wasn't like in your face
You had to
constantly.
get to know your neighbors and just be like, boss, come over.
Yeah,
Come
well,
over.
my landlord was like Cheech, man. Like
Cheech and Chong.
he fucking smoked more dope,
Tommy
man.
Shaw.
I used to get him to come to my house, smoke dope all the time.
Nice.
Oh, I'll put this on. So this is the last thing I'll put on here now. I'm only trying to embarrass myself because I fucking
Do you have three? Is it 3 songs you got?
on Spotify.
No, what's it like of this
So I had-
Calm Waters project?
So on here I have
got an EP?
3 songs.
You got an EP?
Two instrumentals and let's call them instrumentals anyway, and then one fully
Who's
fledged.
this?
This is me.
What?
So what we were given was a script from Dune.
Guys, this is great.
Oh,
Here.
my son,
this
I'm
is
just-
great.
I'm getting people. I hope people listen to this because I'm literally just like fully fledging out myself here.
I respect it, brother.
But we're all from the same town. We're doing the same thing. If I'm embarrassing somebody else, I might as well embarrass myself. But
and I just embarrass myself all the time.
yeah, fuck it, whatever. I don't care anyway. I only got about 20 years left. Who cares?
Hey,
Fuck
20.
it.
I wish.
Fuck it.
I wish. I wish.
So this is Dune. So this is the intro from Dune, and we were told to reimagine it for school. So this is what I did. I don't know. I got fucking high as a kite. Ate a bunch of mushrooms, and I went and sat in the room with my old keyboard with MIDI cables plugged into it and all this shit. Fuck. Anyways, like a weird fucking weirdo. And I sat in my room, man, for like the whole night, and I made this, and then I mixed it, did the whole thing, and then brought it into school. I went to school with it. I didn't even sleep. I just went on to school the next day. With it in my hand, was like, this is awesome.
You played in this keyboard.
Everything, man. Just guitar bits and everything in here. So this is guitars. And there's a fucking weird modulated thing going
Yes,
on.
I
in the
like
back.
that. Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff going on, man.
It's big, like you said, you like the big intros, right?
Like, well, this is
It's
supposed
not
to be
bad,
This
but
is a script,
it's
man.
good.
Just-
No,
it's
I'm
the
not
whole
sa-
thing is a script.
You're saying you're embarrassing yourself, but it's actually good. That's what
Well,
I'm
that's
saying.
the thing. I have no idea what it is because to me it just came out of my mind. You know what I mean? Like this is just me hanging out in my room
Back
in
in
the
the
dark
day.
by myself.
Back in the
in the
day.
day, yeah. With a script, because the script was given to us, like the parts that I'm speaking are just the intro from Dune.
You should have been recording that and putting it on YouTube.
There wasn't YouTube, man. It wasn't even a thing.
2007?
Like it was a thing, but it wasn't like a thing. Like you could.
You
like,
could have been early in on their
Well, I didn't
YouTube.
even have- I
You
didn't
could be
even-
famous by now, brother.
Man, I didn't even want to make a video. I didn't know
Yeah.
what the fuck I was doing.
Plus, video was harder than
Super,
harder.
I had iMovie on my MacBook, but I mean, like, I didn't know how to use that. I was learning how to
Shitty
use everything
webcam.
else, you know. Yeah, it had like the little 2-pixel bit camera, and I didn't even think about it. I was like, man, that's stupid. Like, that's never gonna take off.
Yeah,
like, that was my vision of it, right?
Shit, man.
To
We
me,
could've
like, it
been
was about
famous,
music
dude.
and weird shit like that. Like, it was about music and weird shit. I don't know.
The big intro here.
Man, this is like 10 minutes. I don't even know how long this is. We're gonna stick this out till the end. So this is supposed to be like so this is like them in the desert, right, or whatever, right, watching, right, because it shows it all in
Yes.
the script. It tells you in the script what it is, right. So you're supposed to come up with a soundscape and shit that fits.
I can see it. I can picture a movie right now where, just picture now, like kind of spacey, a little spacey,
Yeah.
spacey desert, and all
Spacey
these
desert.
people are.
We got a
all-
spacey desert on our hands over here.
Can you hear that spacey desert over there?
I hear
No,
it,
it's a
man.
little spacey.
But it's the space. It's the space sand, man. It's the space sand sound.
Yes, space sand.
It's that
Space.
fucking weird left-right space sand that you're getting there.
Yes, I'm hearing the left and right in the ear
There's all
modulars.
kinds of weird shit, man. This is funny. Like, yeah, like I've listened to this a few times after. Actually, it's funny because somebody.
How does it open up? How does it open up? I'm excited. Does it open up to
I
a
don't
big
know,
banger
I
or
can't
what?
remember what goes on at the end of this here now. I want to say it does, but
Because
I
I
can't
can just
remember
hear
now.
like bow bow.
Oh, you might get something very
You know what I
tasty
mean?
here now.
Just a
Oh, you're gonna get something tasty.
oh,
But I do remember.
little 30 Seconds to Mars.
Well, that's. I was really into. As I was just about to say.
Me
You
too.
read my mind, man. I was love 30 Seconds to Mars.
I did too.
And this was kind of like, what is it? The intro to Mission, I think it is, or whatever it is.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
talk, and it's like this weird. This is the reason.
Oh,
that this
you
is
know
it.
what? I know it now.
Yeah, this is
exactly.
it.
This is it.
This is it,
exactly.
basically. This is kind of what I was going for,
Exactly.
that kind of thing, right? Like,
30 Seconds to Mars.
so this is me.
Early
so
30 seconds.
This is me playing everything. Like, this is everything is me. Everything you hear is me playing some weird something.
That's crazy.
So I had a hacked version of Logic 7, and that's what the fucking all the weird synthesizers are.
Would you get download the key?
got the
and
key,
you
bud?
got the key, you got the
Got the
key
key,
and
bud?
download code. We got this.
Savage got all the expansion packs for it. There we go.
that
I'm
is-
glad.
That was sick. Pirate Bay and shit.
Oh god, man! I used to. I had so much free software for making music off of that.
Oh, brother.
my God.
I had all the Photoshop for free.
Everybody did. Yeah, I got a
Yes,
copy
man.
of.
Loved. Right into that shit, man. Loved it. That's what I thought I was gonna do, graphic design. But guess what? That ain't no fucking
Here I
good.
am. Here I am.
I can still do that, but
Still, it'd be
here we are. Here we are.
But here we are, live,
Live and direct.
coming at you from
We got a
Dune.
little
From Dune here.
Super intro on this.
Like this is me. This is all me, man. There's all I got a couple. Do you want me to play the other, like the
I can hear
riffs?
it.
Do you want me to play the riffs
It'd
that
be
I have?
sick
here?
though if we could add to this now.
We could do that. You can do all kinds of stuff, man. I got a hard drive full of nonsense.
I just a light bulb just went off in the brain here. Can you imagine if we re-recorded this banger and a little cameo from yours truly over here?
Oh my son, there's all kinds of stuff. What's this?
Are
so
you
I got
kidding me?
So there's one here with a date on it. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what I'm about to play. But it says June 15th, 07, M4A.
Hold up, we're gonna throw a 07 on here.
This could be anything. Oh, this is like some kind of weird thing I was trying to probably build
Summertime,
off
baby,
of.
in the void. Let's go. No,
Who knows what this
you?
is? No, this is loops. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what this is.
Hi hat.
Hi-hat.
Hi-hat central.
Hi-hat. I just don't know what it is. I don't think there's anything but a beat to this, I feel like.
That's right. We can re-record this
What's
too.
this one?
Re-record all this.
There's two guitar parts.
Oh snap!
Definitely two people, like two separate ones.
2 records.
This is funny. We're going to put this on a podcast. Digging through the vault here.
Here we are.
How many hours in are we here?
Is this a long podcast or what? How long have we been here?
Hour and 45 so far.
Holy jumpins! This is like one of those old school podcasts,
We're getting after
or
it.
you know, like an
Getting
old,
after it.
like a, you know what I mean? Just hanging out.
Just fucking letting her buck here.
Fuck it.
So this is a full riff, apparently. It just says Calm Waters riff 1.
2 for 1. Nice.
Don't know
Like
what
both
I'm at
parts,
here,
that's
man.
sick,
Don't
yeah.
even know what I'm at here, to be honest with you, but I'm in C-sharp tuning, I can tell that much. I could probably replay some of this if I sat down with it for a few minutes.
Well, we can use the original.
Just use
and
this
then
and
like
play around with
add
it.
on it.
Yeah?
You can
Because this
put-
is like all in time. There's no mistakes so far, really.
I don't
Like
think
other
that-
than
that
I don't
there's
know
no,
if it makes
uh,
any sense necessarily, but that was weird. Hey, I
Yeah.
forgot the fucking left-right thing. Even
It
like,
was,
what am I
yeah.
at here?
That's weird. Man. You're just experimenting on the red
I'd
wine.
be that weird stuff,
You were
man.
smoking darts on the red wine.
Man, I used to go through a full tub of tobacco with the 35% plus tab on it in a week.
way.
In 1 week. I'm not
No,
even joking,
you
man.
didn't.
Yes, I did, man.
You were going
Not
through a
even
full
joking.
tub of backy and you were rolling darts.
Rolling darts.
left
That's
and
how bad
right.
of a darts man I was. I was rolling my own darts, and then I was fucking flattening a full tub in a week.
Oh my god, that's so many.
But I slept for maybe like an hour and a half a day most days.
That's not.
I'm not
good
even
either.
joking, man. I'm not even
That's not
kidding.
good
I
either.
literally was like awake all
How'd
the
you
time.
even
It was
make
nuts.
it out of?
I couldn't stop,
college?
man. I couldn't stop. I was obsessed. I was obsessed with making music and fucking around. And I got a terabyte or a half terabyte hard drive, and it's literally like full of stuff. Like like I could probably record like one more song on it. It's that full. Yeah, I used to be always up to something, man. I'm just out here fucking.
I'm just listening to the tune. I can think like,
Just out here throwing up
how can I
stuff.
put a little riff on this now? I got a couple
Couple beats.
guitars over here, a couple on the walls. Come on, let's go.
I'd like to turn this into an electric. I never really listened to this before. I don't even know what this is, man. I don't remember writing this. I don't remember doing this.
Yeah, you were drunk.
Oh, could have been.
You were loaded.
Could have been 3 or 4 or 5 things, really. Anything's possible back in the old day.
Anything is possible.
That's pretty mad. But yeah. So I don't know. What do we figure, man? You want to fucking? Is there anything? Would you like to speak about anything after
Yeah.
fucking taking in that fucking nonsense?
I'm just loving it.
So yeah. So anyway, Boz, there you go. There's a bit of me. There's a bit of a couple people that I recorded and fucked around with it at home and. Fucking yeah, we're calling it all out here, I guess. Is there any old school music you want to call out before we get off the line here or
No.
what? Before we shut down the party line?
Is the party line open?
Party line. Do you remember party line? I remember the party line.
Is the party line open?
Party line's open.
Yes, let's
But, yeah, man,
No.
fucking. That was
No,
right.
Yeah, it's good to know all these things I never knew.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
never heard
I don't know.
any of
I
these
don't know.
movies.
Have no idea.
I
How
like
this
a
is
lot of
gonna
these
go.
songs. I'd like for us to re-record some of them, maybe. Like
Ryan
with
Snow is
sick
just
riffs.
right interested in
Oh.
this.
And then we can put it on Spotify with all all the rest of the groups we
Yeah.
featured here tonight. It's good to see, you know, these people grew up around us in this little tiny small towns, and here we are showing all our
Showing off all the
teenage
goods.
years music that we
Showing
used to
off all
sing.
the goods.
And hey,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, it's fun. That was cool. I'm glad people actually got to hear some of that crap that I did somewhere along the way. That's interesting. It's funny. That was an experiment. So I hope anybody likes it. But if you don't like it, that's cool too. It doesn't really matter because it just sits on my hard drive most of the time.
Hey, this is for us.
It's just for me and you, Ryan. This
Here
is
we
all
go.
for me and you.
Here we go.
This is our midlife crisis. You're just listening to it.
I love it.
I love it too. It's wicked. But yeah, man, no, that was awesome. That was a wicked trip down memory lane. That went on way longer.
That
than
was
I
a
thought it gonna-
memory lane
I thought we were
for
gonna do
sure.
like a 45-minute fucking bang it at a park and see you later. And now here we are, fucking almost
Talking away, yeah.
2 hours later, talking about my old music and weird shit. And holy fuck! But anyway, no, that was awesome. No, but anyway, yeah, man. Maybe I will throw up the completed songs on Spotify or something,
yes.
or whatever. I don't know.
Yes, you should.
Well, that's what I'll do. It seems
I
I'm getting
was
ready.
gonna say you
If I'm
might have
get-
to edit some of this.
We'll edit
Sure.
it.
So the Spotify
Whatever.
will be maybe a little bit cut,
Well,
but maybe the whole thing will be on Twitch. So hey, there
who
we go.
knows? We're all out here doing this together.
I love everyone who ever tuned in to here. So
Yeah, Spies. That's
thank
wicked.
you so much.
Thank you so much. I hope we have some big stuff to tell you soon. Nothing is
Yeah.
anywhere near confirmed, anything whatsoever. But hopefully we got some cool shit coming up here. Yeah. Hopefully fucking everybody enjoys this.
I'm excited.
Hopefully everybody enjoys this.
I'm
episode.
excited, and we're having
This
fun
went.
here.
This was like a
we're
complete.
having fun.
So this was a complete off the cuff thing here tonight. That was awesome. Thank you everybody for listening, and we'll see you. So this will be the 20-odd whatever day of the month, and we'll see you on the first week of February or
I
whatever
don't
the
know.
next Wednesday,
We'll
Thursday
see you in
is
the
after that.
future.
We'll see you later. Anyways,
Get back to the
we'll see you when
future.
you're older. All right, boys. Peace out.
Eagle has landed.